Doing Marvel Brothers. Don't knock on the door. Thanks.
What is up, super fam and bro Vengers alike? I am Sensei Finito, aka Vane Sensei, and welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture. And today we are going to be continuing our From Watcher to Reader Season 3. Join us as we embark on a 8 episode journey of the Wheel of Time, the Dragon Reborn, ahead of Prime Video's Season 3 release for the show that started it all for us here at Marvel Bros. Today is episode 5, and we will be covering chapters 40 through 47. This is basically like part 2 of last week's episode. So if you guys are watching this on the replay and you're trying to figure out why you're not hearing my overall thoughts, theories, and opinions like in the same manner, it's because I've kind of given all of those already in the previous episode to this one. So in episode 4. So if you're looking for like all of that, go ahead and check that one out. And you'll get all of the context of everything that's going on today. But we are going to be continuing this journey, as I said, and I am excited to be checking this out, man. I love this book so much. Like, I love this book so much, and I love these characters so much. So I am very excited to be getting into it today. Of course, if you guys don't know how we do things around here, we're going to start it off with chat talk. So that means we're going to take about 10-15 minutes to just talk to you guys, see how everyone's doing, see how you guys have felt about that trailer, the Wheel of Time trailer that's obviously already came out. Talk a little bit about some other Wheel of Time nerdy things. Of course, you know, your boy is a greenhorn around here. I don't really know what's going on, so I just kind of I'm very surface level with all the things that's going on around here because, you know, I try to stay away from spoilers. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I run from spoilers when I see them and they come in. I'll be like, ooh, you know what I mean? Like that. I'll be gone. So, you know, I'm still very excited to check out what we're going to be going into today. And I'm really excited to get into season 3 of Wheel of Time as well. Like, it's gonna be a good time, and I hope you guys are ready for it. But first and foremost, if you haven't already, make sure you guys drop a like and share on the stream because it helps out tremendously around these parts. We are always doing all these nerdy things around here. Book club. We've also covered Mistborn in Yeah, we've also covered Mistborn for book club. My bad. I don't know why I had a complete brain fart. But yeah, we also covered Mistborn for book club. We'll be covering the entire first 3 books of Mistborn as well outside of Wheel of Time. So if you guys are interested in any of that, you can definitely be here for those. We're gonna be trying to ramp up how much we read around here somehow, some way. So we can continue to just cover all of these awesome books and shows and movies, all of it. You know, we do all these nerdy things around these parts. If you haven't already, make sure you follow me on social media at Sensei Finito to stay updated with all my thoughts, theories, and opinions on whatever particular thing I may be partaking in. You can also follow us on social media at Marvel Bros to stay updated with all things Marvel and everything pop culture, where we're always posting the latest news, movie reviews, and everything else in between. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's get it cracking, you guys. Oh, well, we're in chat talk right now. So yeah, there's some other things that I'm excited for that's going to be coming up. Last night we just finished Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. If you guys were there for that, I hope you enjoyed it. If you weren't there for that, that's okay. And I also still hope you enjoyed the episode because it was a really good way to finish it off that season. I think we finished it off with a bang. Tonight we have episode 4. I think it's episode 4 of Invincible that's going to be coming on Prime Video as well. Shout out to Prime Video. I love Prime Video stuff. I'm not going to lie. Like, Apple TV got some crazy shit, but Prime Video actually has some really good shows. So I'm excited to continue on with Invincible. I have to check out Vox Machina. I missed the most recent season. I'm going to be doing like a reaction thing for that, not really a watch party. I'm going to be doing a reaction for that. So you guys will be able to find those videos here on the channel sometime soon. And you know, just all those good things. I'm really pumped to check out Vox Machina. I love that show. I don't know how I missed it actually. I don't know how that happened, but I did. I dropped the trailer earlier today for Mistborn for Wheel of Time. I know it took me a long time. There was a lot of other stuff going on. Me and Remy actually went away for Valentine's Day weekend And then also on Saturday, it was my aunt's memorial because she has recently passed away. R.I.P. Auntie Brenda, I love you. So we just spent Saturday with family and friends and stuff like that, and then Sunday and some of Monday, we were in our room and all that good stuff. So, that's why I was kind of MIA, and I knew, like, I made the plan, so I knew we had to do it. But when I was saying, like, we're gonna finish doing part 2 of this before Wednesday, I was like, wait, there's no way that can happen. This is about to be a 3-day weekend. We're basically going on like a mini vacation with it. So yeah, there's no way we can do that. By the way, hope all of you guys had a good Valentine's Day, whether it was with yourself or your significant other. I hope you guys had a good one for sure. Let me know what you guys did in the chat. Did you guys just chill at home and watch movies? Did you go out and get some food? Did you get some ice cream and was just bundled up watching movies all day? And it was a Friday, so let me know how you guys spent your Valentine's Day. But yeah, we had a good weekend. Me and Remy definitely did, and I hope you guys did too. Let's see. I am so hot right now. I have these fleece sweatpants on, and your boy might have to put some shorts on in a second because I'm not trying to start sweating. I already got these lights beaming on me. Yo, the trailer for Wheel of Time, I had rewatched it today when I was like posting the video and whatnot, and I was like, damn, this trailer is fire. Like, I love that trailer so much. That time. Like, oh my god. Yo, they went stupid on that for sure, you guys. We're definitely going to talk about it. I've been yapping. Let me jump in the chat and see how you guys are doing today. And I know you guys are yapping in here too. What's up with it, Marisu? What's up with it, KP? What's up with it, Thatcher? What's up with it, Tofi? What's up with it, Sharice? What's up with it, Cat? How we all doing today? I hope we all doing good, man. I love that you guys are here. Definitely excited to get into today's half, especially because it's our boy Matt. And if you know me, I wasn't that big of a Matt fan before, but I have definitely grown on Matt in this book alone. Like, Matt before this, he was just an ass faced, like, he was an ass wipe. But now he's like such a more, I just love his character so much. Everything that we've seen him be able to do, and the little shit that he talks and stuff like that as well. Actually, to be honest, all the characters were asswipes until this part, right? Like, all the characters were so mean and they just didn't know what they wanted. Everybody's still a little bit brats. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody is a brat in a little bit of a way. But I also love the way that they're kind of brats because it makes them not brats. They just really know what the hell they're gonna stand for. And I know that is going to turn into something far more honorable in the future. You know what I'm saying? In the future. Yo, what's up with it, Tofi? Hope you're having a good day. KP, Marisu, saw the season 3 trailer reaction earlier today. Always glad to welcome a new watcher to the readers. Hey, I appreciate you for the warm welcome. Okay, yeah, Matt's no bloody hero. This is a tough section to choose a favorite. Maybe Easing the Badger. Yes, Easing the Badger. How could we forget? Gotta grab my copy and remind myself what happened in this section. I feel you. I definitely feel like I need to like reread everything from this chapter low key, from this section low key. Even though I know I don't because I remember how much I enjoyed it once I start looking through it. Because this is all our boy. This is where we get to see our boy shine. Everybody shine. Well, not everybody, but yeah. I just looked at one of my notes that I have over here, and it says Matt is out here talking more than the Hunters 3. Yo, that's hecka funny to me because that makes me remember that bro was really yapping. Like, he was really yapping quite a bit. Definitely some juicy reveals in this section. I agree. Mostly because of Perrin's inability to control what he says. Everyone has an inability to control what they say, as I've realized. Like, they all gotta speak their mind 100% of the time, no matter what could be on the line. Did not mean for all that to rhyme. I'm not gonna say anything else. Yo, how we doing, everyone? I'm doing good, man. I hope you're having a good one, Thatcher. Let me know how you're doing today. Hope you can be with us for a little while today. Cold beach volleyball in sub 60. Do not recommend. How is that even legal? Yo, at least you're in double digits. Oh man, crazy. Love Mistborn. Mistborn is amazing. Was in the 80s last week. Oof. I'm actually jonesing for another Mistborn book sometime soon. I am too. I think what we might do is just hit like the triple feature for Wheel of Time and go like this book, get into the season, jump right back into the next book of Wheel of Time, and then we can do some Mistborn after that. That's kind of what I'm thinking about doing, but I'm not sure. Just because I would kind of want to quote unquote ride that wave a little bit, especially because I'm gonna want to know what's going on. And if they're taking elements of book 4 into season 3, well, that will let us know what we can do next. And I hope you guys are going to do a solid job of allowing me to know what is spoilery and not spoilery enough to actually check out. You know what I'm saying? Because I put all of my trust in you. But I do know that there are some dark friends among us. You know who you are. What's up with it, Sharice? How you doing? Man, I was just talking about you. This is so random. How you doing, though? Vox Machina is a ton of fun. I agree. Welcome to the party. Definitely been enjoying Invincible, but all the ads now are annoying. I couldn't imagine. No, I'm just playing. Nah, but for real, I don't know. I don't know. Big Prime. My wife and my mother get a lot of stuff. I'm not going to lie. A lot better not have mid-episode ads. Ooh, they're probably going to. Hate to tell you that, but they're probably going to. Oh man, I didn't even think about that. I apologize for everybody that got the ad version of Prime. I'd be forgetting a lot of these apps have Prime. I'm not have Prime, have ads now. They need to bundle everything. I'm telling you. Give me the bundle package. Trailer was sick. I think you have to pay extra to not have ads. Do you have to pay extra for not ads? I thought it came with the Prime thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that changed. Because I know they changed a lot of shit. Terminally single, LOL. So I watched Dropout, and terminally single, bruv, is crazy, Thatcher. Oh man. I watched Dropout, made a little drink, and played Minecraft. Ooh, that sounds awesome, yo. You saying that made me think of something. I've been thinking about playing some story mode games here on the channel. It's almost like a reaction thing as well. Like I know The Last of Us is about to come back out. It's for season 2, so I was thinking about playing that game here on the channel. I was thinking about playing the Spider-Man game just because I know that also recently came out. So yeah, we might have to check some of those out for sure. I've probably seen it a dozen times before, counting all the reactions and analysis. Hey, I feel that, Topi. It be like that, yo. Trailer is definitely dope. Already pay extra. Sharice, it's called the subscription. What? You're hilarious, Marisu. Tears. Hey, I don't know if I've ever said how much tear and tear and that makes my soul just twinge what it does. It's under 30 degrees in New York. Damn, couldn't imagine, yo. I don't know what the weather is right now, but I know it ain't that. Oops. 65 degrees. It's 65 degrees and it feels like 60. It's no better here in Mississippi. Wind chill is below 20. All right, oldies, we can stop talking about the weather now. Ooh, Red Dead Redemption, Last of Us, the Jedi Fallen Order game, Assassin's Creed, all my favorites. Exactly, Thatcher. I'm thinking about playing games just like those, like literally, especially because that's all the stuff we cover here on the channel, right? We cover Star Wars. Red Dead Redemption isn't something we really cover. That would just be to do, but that's what I'm thinking about, is doing it in that way, like finishing Marvel's Avengers, if anything. Definitely checking out the Spider-Man games. I know the Wolverine game's about to come out. Last of Us, any of the Uncharted even, and maybe watch the Tom Holland Uncharted movie, which I still have never seen. all that good stuff. My husband and I were in the Pocono Mountains during the V-Day weekend, and there was a snowstorm. Oh shit, that's awesome. And I'm sorry that there was a snowstorm at the same time. You know what I mean? Like that sounds terrible, terrible, terrible. I love games that I can enjoy vicariously through Let's Plays. Exactly. And that is what I'm thinking about doing is a bunch of Let's Play series, to where we just play a whole bunch of other of story mode games mainly, and not live or anything like that. It would just be a video just for, everybody to check out. And then of course, if you're a Brovenger or if you subscribe to the Patreon, then you may be able to get some extra little backstage things going on there. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? All that stuff will be changed and will be more understood when we get into March. But with all that stuff being said, chat, it's about that time. Let's get into it. Let ain't nothing to it but to do it. It's time to move on to the next portion. I guess if we can give some of my overall thoughts are the same as last time, so I'm not really gonna go into. I don't think I'm even gonna really do overall thoughts for this portion. Um, because yeah, I just don't think that's gonna happen because I already did overall thoughts for this entire section, and this is a part two. It's not it's a new episode and it's a part two. So you know what I'm saying? All of that good stuff. But we're starting it with Hero in the Night, and we're gonna get it cracking. But before we do, you guys already know what we do. I'm going to go get me a little bit more water, and I hope you guys go and get whatever you need so we can get into the meat and potatoes of the show today. So I'll be right back after a short message from me.
6 nations divided, how the gods envisioned the lands of Gaora, where nations must praise their gods individually. Inguvu, the god of power, Altira, the goddess of reality, Akasha, the goddess of space, Akaili, the goddess of mind, Nafasi, the god of time, Isarin, the god of soul. Each god bestowed their name and universal property to their nation through the blood of their land. Diligent praise to these gods, along with the blood of the land, allows the inhabitants of Gaora to wield the universal property of their god. These inhabitants are called gifts. It is forbidden for these nations to fraternize with one another. Gifts, the lands of Gaora.
We are currently 4 pages in to the Gifts, the Lands of Gaora comic book that I have been working on. My artist has been doing an awesome job so far. I'm the one that's taking the longest. It's taking mornings. It's taking mornings. But hey, we're getting it cracking. The comic is coming along. I've been creating other stories as well. It's been going real smooth, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I've been enjoying everything that's been happening, stretching my brain muscles, trying to get this other novel out before or the short story. Not well. It's a trying to get this other book out. Basically, it's been a good time, you guys, for real. And I'm hoping some of you guys are able to check it out soon. But I know y'all don't like to read my stuff. All right, let's get into it. All right. Let's get it cracking, you guys. We are going to be getting into our chapter by chapter review and discussion, or should I better say, we are going to be continuing our chapter by chapter review and discussion for chapters 40 through 47 of The Wheel of Time, The Dragon Reborn, book 3. Lord. Cottonmouth is insane right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, another side note, real quick. A book that I also recently got on Audible, that I've been like kind of listening to, as I drift off into dreamland, is the Lies of Locke Lamora. Yeah, the Lies of Locke Lamora, Gentleman Bastard, book one. I'm not far into it yet, but I have been kind of listening to it here and there, and it's pretty solid. And I'll probably do a full review when I'm done with the book. So yeah, if you yeah, so yeah. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it, Chatteroony. Turn that off. Go back. To grab this. We can mute that up. No, unmute that. There we go. What's happening? There we go.
But the daughter heir ate as much as Egwene and Nynaeve together.
There we go. All right, I see y'all. I see y'all typing away in chat. So let me check out a couple of what y'all saying before we get into it, because I just a couple of them. Love the Uncharted games, but the movie is not a good adaptation. Not terrible on its own merits, but not anything great either. Hero in the Night, a classic Matt chapter. Oh, that's a fun one too. You must be talking about Gentleman Bastards. Never done a Gentleman Bastard, but it's been on the list for ages. Oh, do you remember Aludra from book 2? Rand saw her when he snuck into the Illuminator's compound. Yes. Yes, Marisu, I do remember what you just said. I have LOL. Oh. I have it, and I only read the first few chapters. I need to restart. Oh, Snapchat. Hold on. We might have to try a new. Oh, Snapchat. What the? Okay. Yeah. That was crazy. That was wild. I can't believe it just happened. All right, let's get into it, man. Let's get into
Chapter 40. A Hero in the Night.
Yo. A Hero in the Night. What a name for a chapter like this. Am I right? What a name for a chapter like this. I cannot even begin to explain. I know that you guys have been telling me since book one how much everyone kind of loves Matt in a way. Speaking of Matt, shout out to Matt's Dagger. No idea where you've gone, bruv. Hope you're doing well, Matt's Dagger. I know you're even still a Brovinger, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you're out there lurking, maybe, and just ain't typing as much or something like that. Hope everything is well for Matt's Dagger, because I have not seen you around in a while. But it was really nice to just go into this chapter and off rip get a better understanding of where Matt is, and let's just start painting the scene a little bit.
Leaning on the rail, Matt watched the walled town of Arengil come closer as the sweeps worked the grey gull toward the long, tarred timbered docks. Protected by high stone wing walls that thrust out into the river, those docks swarmed with people, and more were leaving the ships of various sizes that lay tied all along them. Some of the people pushed barrows or pulled sledges or tall all piled high with furniture and chests lashed in place, but most carried bundles on their backs, if that. Not everyone bustled. Many men and women huddled together uncertainly, and children clung crying to their legs. Soldiers in red coats and shiny breastplates kept trying to make them move off the docks into the town, but most seemed too frightened to move.
Bro, I just love. I'm going to say this every single episode, but Robert Jordan just puts forth a level of just word painting that paints a picture with words like I've never seen and it's beautiful. It moves me every time. Every time I read, listen, it moves me. The word painting that he gives to us, it allows us to really be able to get fully. I don't know if immersed is the right word. Yeah, it immerses us into the world by going into great detail. I know some of you guys kind of say it is a meme a little bit as well, all the detail that he goes into. But even just knowing that the people are there, huddled around each other, and seeing what the soldiers look like, that's something that I definitely want to work on in my own writing as well. Because I just explain what the shit that's going on. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, this is what's happening. I'm not talking about what their fashion, not their fashion, but yeah, what their fashion is or any of those things. Even though I know what it looks like, so just reading reading his writing helps me just continue to shape all these things together. Just little small thing I wanted to kind of nerd out about. I got to nerd out about the writing that there is in here, and you guys always say that it just keeps getting better and better. So I can't imagine where we get to in the future, not just in the story, but with the level of the writing that he's putting forth as well. Um, okay, they pull up. They see the shore of Carrion, but he doesn't really. Of course, he doesn't need to know the banner. We talk about the White Lion of Andor. Love that banner as well. I really want to see. I can't wait to see more banners. Also, I think, interestingly enough, I care more about all of the banners than I ever did within the show from the book. So I definitely want to go back and watch the show just to kind of pay attention to the banners alone. Even the Dragon Reborn's banner, right? I feel like it matters so much more in the book than it has in the show so far. It probably will still come to matter more and more, but you know what I'm saying. I think I'm just ready for that. I'm ready for that. Captain Malia also enters the fray here, and Matt pulls up and shows the sealed letter from the queen, like that he's carrying another letter for the daughter heir, the other queen. It's like, I mean, from the Amerlin seat from to the queen. You know what I mean? He's just telling all the stuff. And I'm like, oh God. And I believe that's why I wrote Matt is out here talking more than the Hunters 3, because indeed he definitely was. Let's see. Oh yeah, didn't Matt open the letter and try to read it or something? Yeah, I think that did happen. That did happen. That did happen. That did happen. Nobody's watching time. Let me see. Let me see. What's happening? Am I tripping? Oh no, I'm not tripping. Okay, okay, okay. My bad, my bad, my bad. So I love this moment when Matt gives this girl money, right? He gives her money, just a handful of money, and then she's like crying, and then Tom nods slowly, and Matt's not sure had if he had gotten his point across, And he's like, bloody children's crying was getting on my nerves. That's all. Fool Gleeman will probably expect me to give gold away to every waif that comes along now. Fool. For an uncomfortable moment, he was not certain whether the last had been meant for Tom or himself. I just love the way, like, I don't know if you guys remember when I had mentioned how the writing is in the Wheel of Time and in Mistborn. I mean, in Mistborn, it's almost like the narrator is part of the story of what's happening. Like, it's like the narrator is actually a character that has either, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those other things. It's one of those things. I don't know which one, but it's one of those things for sure. Which I'm not sure. Yeah. It's one of those things for sure. So, I just really Matt is such a good guy, and he doesn't want to be a good guy, which is funny to me. It's like Matt is fighting being the good guy that he actually is the entire time. I don't know why he's doing that, but he is. But he is. So it makes me laugh time and time again. Um. Oh, and then we find out that one of the soldiers tells the Gleeman that people are crossing over faster than the mills can grind flour, or wagons carry foodstuffs from the farms. It will not last much longer. The order has come down tomorrow. They will stop letting anyone across, and if they try, they will have to send them back. So it's getting so bad, like it's getting so hectic everywhere that people are not even about to be able to move about in the same manner. Oh snap, I forgot to change my fleece sweats and now I'm sweating. Damn it. They try to get a room, they can't get a room because bro's already sleeping like 4 people to a bed, he says, because there's so many people there. After a lot of shenanigans of Matt doing Matt things like he's been doing up until this point, he finally talks the guy into getting a room at the inn that he has. I love Matt's shenanigans. I love how he can always kind of talk people into stuff. I think the dude, what was it, Gerald Flory, right? Is that bro's name? Who's Jerry Flory? I see that name highlighted here. Yeah. So the innkeeper was Gerald Flory. Um, every time that anyone smokes in this book, I always want to smoke my pipe. I don't know what that is, but single time, every single time, literally every single time anyone smokes, I want to hit my pipe as well. I want to blow plumes. Whoa. Long stemmed pipe full of tobacco and settled back for smoke. Like I'm like, oh bro, let me grab my pipe too. I'll smoke with you, Tom. Don't mind if I do. I was thinking about going for a smoke. A slender woman straightened from the shafts of the high-wheeled cart she had just dragged in from out of the rain. And who is this? None other than Aludra. Marisu, I know you were talking about Aludra.
But you could not forget the secrets in your head, eh? Did you believe we would not hear that you tried to earn your way making what is the right of the guild alone to make?
Suddenly there was a knife in his hand.
It will be a great pleasure to cut your throat, Aludra.
Matt was not even aware that he had stood up until one of the doubled ropes dangling from the ceiling was in his hands, and he had launched himself out of the loft. Burn me for a bloody fool. He had only time for that one frantic thought, and then he was ploughing through the cloaked men, sending them toppling like pins in a game of bowls. The ropes slipped through his hands and he fell, tumbling across the straw-covered floor himself, coins spilling from his pockets, to end up against a stall. When he scrambled to his feet, the 4 men were already rising too, and they all had knives in their hands now. Light, blind fool, burn me, burn me! Matt! He looked up, and Tom tossed his quarterstaff down to him. He snagged it out of the air just in time to knock the blade out of Tammuz's fist and thump him a sharp crack on the side of the head. The man crumpled, but the other 3 were right behind, and for a hectic moment Matt had all he could do with a whirling staff to keep knife blades away from him, rapping knees and ankles and ribs until he could land a good blow on a head.
Oh my God,
When
LBF!
the last man fell,
I
he
just
stared at them
figured
a
out
moment,
what your name means.
then raised his glare to the woman. "Did you have to choose this stable to be murdered in?" She slipped a slim-bladed dagger back into a sheath at her belt. "I would have helped you, but I feared that you might mistake me for one of these great buffoons if I came near with steel in my hand. And I chose this stable because the rain is wet, and so am I, and no one was watching this place." She was older than he had thought, at least 10 or 15 years older than he, but pretty still, with large dark eyes and a small full mouth that seemed on the point of a pout. "All getting ready for a kiss?" He gave a small laugh and leaned on his staff.
I am astonished right
Well,
now. Like,
what
I
is
don't
done
even
is
understand.
done.
I'm mind blown over
I
here.
suppose you were not trying to bring us trouble. Tom was climbing down from the loft, awkwardly because of his leg, and Aludra looked from him to Matt. The gleeman had put his cloak back on. He seldom let anyone see him without it, especially for the first time. "This is like a story," she said. "I'm rescued by a gleeman and a young hero." She frowned at the men sprawled on the stable floor. "From these whose mothers were pigs." "Why did they want to kill you?" Matt asked. He said something about secrets. "The
Pigs
secrets,"
is crazy.
Tom said, in very nearly his performing voice, "of making fireworks, unless I miss my guess. You are an illuminator, are you not?" He made a courtly bow with an elaborate swirl of his cloak. "I am Tom Merlin, a gleeman, as you have seen." Almost as an afterthought, he added, "And this is Matt, a young man with a knack for finding trouble." "I was
A
an
young
illuminator."
man with a knack for finding trouble, indeed. This is where we find out that Aludra is indeed an illuminator, and by being an illuminator means one who uses, fireworks. So what does she give Matt? The one person that actually shouldn't have these, in my opinion. She gives him fireworks. And she's like, those stupid kids are always trying to take them apart. So don't you do that. Just make sure you don't mess with these because they're dangerous. And she just goes down the list of all of the things. And Tom is just standing there shaking his head in horror like, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. And then she's just like, all right, bye. Have a good time. I honestly was kind of sad to see Aludra leave. I wanted her to join the gang. I thought she was going to be with them, the young old lady, the old man, and then Matt. I was like, awesome. Matt has his own band of people now. But no, she was off. God, I hope she doesn't die. Or should I say, Light, I hope she doesn't die. Because man, yeah, because come on, son. She can't go out like that. But I think her character was awesome. And it was just really dope to see her come and go. I love those characters that come and go because you know what they feel like to me? Those characters that come and go very heavily remind me of a video game. That's what always I feel like it's a video game. If you've ever played like a RPG or MMO, you know that you can just find a random NPC somewhere and just have a random event occur around you. And you're just kind of engulfed in that event and you have no idea how you got there, and the next thing you know, the next thing you know, boom. You know what I mean? The next thing you know, you're 2 hours away from the actual story mode that you were trying to do because you're going off on this side mission. I love many side missions in these books and all those. I love the side missions that they go on. like the side mission that the Hunters 3 went on. It was awesome to see them go on that little side mission, get kidnapped real quick. I mean, it wasn't awesome to see them get kidnapped, but it was awesome to see them, come back from it. Oh, snap. A new clip from Daredevil Born Again just dropped. Damn. Yeah, I like that. I like seeing the little side missions. All right, let's talk about chapter 41 a little bit. Chapter 40 a little bit. Since we only have 7 chapters, I don't know if I should batch them or the way I should batch them. I don't want to batch too much or anything. So I'll just kind of go into chat back and forth, especially because we didn't do our overall thoughts this time around. I love the way Aludra talks. Yeah, Aludra's awesome. I like her. Your mother, she was a goat. And she started stomping Tammuz when she left. He was like, kicked him in the ribs. He was like, bro. Aludra did nothing wrong. This is only tangential. What? Tangentially? I don't know if my brain knows that word. Come on, brain. You're making us look stupid. Y'all know if I don't know something, I'm looking it up. Tangent. What? Tangentially? Is that it? Is it tangentially? There's no way that's how you say that. Tangentially.
Tangentially.
It is tangentially. Tangentially. Interesting. I don't think I like that.
Tangentially.
All right. I don't think I like that at all. It makes I don't like that. I don't want to. No. I don't like that word. We're not going to use that anymore. Let's get some synonyms in this bitch. Digressive. Irrelevant. Is that what that means? I didn't even read the definition. What's the definition? In a way that relates only slightly to a matter. Peripherally. Oh, let's use peripherally. Peripherally. Why are these words so stupid? Okay, sorry. I don't know why I got so mad just now. We're going to move on. I don't know what just happened. My bad. In the movie, Amy is portrayed by Rosamund Pike, who plays... Wait, what? What did I miss? Oh, I just finished the Gone Girl book. In the movie, Amy is portrayed by Rosamund, who plays Moiraine, but also Amy's dad is named Rand. What? That's insane. That's wild. The more you know. If I had a nickel for every book adaptation Rosamund Pike slit someone's throat, I had 2 nickels. But it's not a lot. But it's weird that it happened twice. What do you make of Matt's luck? Some of it could be Taverin, but this is starting to get ridiculous. I agree. The whole Dark One's luck thing, I know someone said that that's just a saying, but I also kind of feel like it's not. I don't know. I feel like maybe something to do with him and that dagger, if possible, and being healed and all that. Like, there's so many things that happened to Matt in such a short period of time. Well, really a long period of time, but so many things that happened to Matt that I think it's very possible that, he just, I don't know if he has luck, Wait, no, what is luck again? Maybe bro's just a mistborn. Bro's a soother. Maybe that's what it is. It may just be that simple. Matt is like those kids who want to be edgy so bad, but they're really a teddy bear. Yeah, facts. Matt's actions do not match his thoughts over and over again. He's an extremely poor judge of himself. Yeah, like he does not understand what he wants. He doesn't know what's going on with himself. He's almost reacting as if when he blew the horn, he also got some residual heroism attached to him. Maybe he who blows the horn is bestowed with honor and luck. I think that actually makes sense, right? Because in the show, when he blows the horn, Brad just starts whooping ass. And I don't think we had ever seen Matt do anything before that. So one could say that that's just luck. That is provided by the horn. But I don't know if we really know the metaphysics on the horn and how that works. And if it works like that at all. Because it may not. Damn, that's what's going on. I don't have my clock. Where's my clock at? There we go. Okay. Would have been cool if Aludra joined the squad here. I agree. I wanted her to so bad. You know what? You know what you did. Gabriel gonna be mass deporting those immigrants. Bruh, Mari Sue. Oh man. I always thought it was a funny insult because it's like you're so on the side of the light, you're an idiot. Yeah, you're blinded by the light. You light blinded fool. I love that. I love it. I love that as well. I love that. I'm probably going to start calling people that in the day to day. No, I'm sure Matt will be safe and responsible. Fun fact: I almost got arrested with a bunch of boys playing with fireworks when I was 10. Jesus, whoa! What is that? What is this? Matt and Tom are honestly one of my favorite duos in the book. I agree. I really do like Matt and Tom. Matt and Tom work together. I'm sorry, but I like Perrin. I like Perrin and Loyal so much more, but Matt and Tom are a very close second. Not gonna lie. Like Matt and Perrin, yes. Rand and Perrin, also yes. Rand and Loyal, bruh, top. I love Rand and Loyal. Absolutely love Rand and Loyal. Now I'm curious what you think light blinded fool means. No, I thought it meant the same thing. Like you're blinded by the light, you fool. But I didn't understand that it was in the context of Wheel of Time. So it makes I like it even more. You know what I mean? In that way. I thought the first few books of the series felt a lot like an anime. Ooh, I hear you. I feel that. Since I never took geometry, and if I did not pay attention. It basically just means this is a tangent, but tangentially. Is luck a cinematic superpower? I don't. Yes, I think. Fun fact: luck is Dovinia in the old tongue, and lucky is Dovi. Damn. If only one day I could have people know what things mean in my books. All right, chat. Let's get it going. Let's keep it moving. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. And my laptop has locked. I lost something once. I'm sorry. You oldies probably don't get that reference. Okay. let's get into the next chapter on the board. Gents and ladies. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's get into
Chapter 41. A Hunter's Oath. As the snow goose moved toward the long stone docks of Ilion, sails furled and propelled by its sweeps, Perrin stood near the stern, watching great numbers of long-legged birds wading in the tall marsh grass that all but encircled the great harbour. He recognized the small white cranes, and could guess at their much larger blue brothers, but many of the crested birds, red-feathered or rosy, some with flat bills broader than a duck's, he did not know at all. A dozen sorts of gulls swooped and soared above the harbour itself, and a black bird with a long, sharp beak skimmed just above the water, its underbeak cutting a furrow. Ships 3 and 4 times as long as the snow goose lay anchored across the expanse of the harbour, waiting their turns at the docks, or for the tides to shift so they could sail beyond the long breakwater. Small fishing boats worked close to the marsh, and in the creeks winding through it, 2 or 3 men in each dragging nets on long poles swung out from either side of the boat. The wind carried a sharp scent of salt, and did little to break the heat. The sun stood well over halfway down to the horizon, but it seemed like noon. The air felt damp. It was the only way he could think of it. Damp. His nose caught the smell of fresh fish from the boats, of old fish and mud from the marsh, and the sour stink of a large tanning yard that lay on a treeless island in the marsh grass.
I can't help but get so enveloped in everything that's happening, man. It gets me all excited. It gets me all excited. So we're back with Perrin and Moiraine and them at this point now for chapter 41. Captain Adara is doing his thing and whatnot on the sail on the on the snow goose, and everybody else is just kind of chit chatting and yapping. Moiraine, I love how it says Moiraine had been neither pleased nor displeased to discover that Zareen, I'll not call her fail, whatever she wants to name herself, she is no falcon, knew she was Aes Sedai. Super interesting breaks in narration to also get thoughts of the character. It's just damn the way it's just put together is just beautiful. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about. I don't know how I feel. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about not having um like the quotes and stuff for thoughts in certain places. I could see if someone is reading this for the first time, them not understanding that some stuff is personal thoughts and some stuff is not personal thoughts. I can understand how that could be confusing to somebody. It's not confusing to me, but I could understand how it is. But I also like the lack of quotation marks that allows there to be through so much internal dialogue. You know? But I love when Zareen and I love seeing Zareen and Moiraine kind of just talk. And the way that Moiraine just does not go for no shit from nobody, no matter what. Zareen met each Aes Sedai look with a smile, but every time Moiraine turned away, she swallowed and wiped her forehead. So she's like, yo, you know, like, yo, you know, there she's all up in the mix like that. And that is something that makes me laugh. I really do. Um, and then Perrin had let himself get into a shouting match with Zareen, and he was not sure which of them said the word Aes Sedai. But now the whole crew knew. He was uncertain whether he meant Moiraine or Zareen, if she is the Falcon. What is the Hawk supposed to be? And then he's like, am I going to be stuck with two women like her? Like, no, she is not a Falcon. And that is an end to it. Him and Matt both in straight up just disbelief at what is occurring. They just do not know what's happening at all. And that shit's really funny. His dreams had been his own for the most part since that first night. Moiraine had asked about them in a cold voice, and he told the truth. Twice he found himself in that odd sort of wolf dream, and both times Hopper appeared, chasing him away, telling him he was too young, yet too new. Like, what? Like, bro, you haven't been a wolf brother long enough to handle this shit, bro. Get some more hours in before you try to come step with us. Get your weight up. That's what Hopper told Perrin. He told him, get your weight up. Told him, get your weight up, boo-boo. They have no idea what's going on. All right. Let's see.
If you wish to go with us, this is what you must do. Lan's eyelids flickered in surprise. The two women stared at each other like falcon and mouse. But Zareen was not the falcon now. You will swear by your hunter's oath to do as I say, to heed me, and not to leave us. Once you know more than you should of what we do, I will not allow you to fall into the wrong hands. Know that for truth, girl. You will swear to act as one of us and do nothing that will endanger our purpose. You will ask no questions of where we go or why. You will be satisfied with what I choose to tell you. All of this you will swear, or you will remain here in Ilion. And you will not leave this marsh until I return to release you if it takes the rest of your life. That I swear. Zareen turned her head uneasily, watching Moiraine out of one eye. I may accompany you if I swear? The Aes Sedai nodded. I will be one of you, the same as Loyal or Stoneface. But I can ask no questions. Are they allowed to ask questions? Moraine's face lost a little of its patience. Zareen stood up straighter and held her head high. Very well, then. I swear by the oath I took as a hunter. If I break one, I will have broken both. I swear it. Done, Moiraine said, touching the younger woman's forehead. Zareen shivered. Since you brought her to us, Perrin, she is your responsibility. Mine, he yelped. I am no one's responsibility but my own, Zareen nearly shouted. The Aes Sedai went serenely on as if they had never opened their mouths.
Uh-oh.
It seems you have found Min's falcon, Ta'Viren. I have tried to discourage her, but it appears she will perch on your shoulder whatever I do. The pattern weaves a future for you, it seems. Yet remember this. If I must, I will snip your thread from the pattern. And if the girl endangers what must be, you will share her fate.
What a casual way to threaten somebody with death. Hey, you'll die. That's crazy. Not gonna lie, that's crazy. Like you Will weaves, but I got scissors. You know what I'm saying? Question was, do we trust her? And I don't know if we trust her or not. You know, I'm not sure if we trust Zareen. I just know that she's here now, and I think it's interesting. I do want to know what's going to be going on with what is her name? Fail, Flaily, Faeli, Faela, Flaela, something like that. Shout out to her though. Shout out to her. Okay, let's talk about it. How did y'all feel about chapter 41? Matt's ability with the staff just comes from his dad. That much we know. Oh, okay. Tom being a sidekick was a great decision. I like Rand and Tom, but they are too sad together. Yes, I agree. That's very true. That is very true. Because Rand almost becomes the sidekick to Tom instead. You know what I mean? But now it's definitely the other way around. You're right about that. I agree. Tangentially, I think we should all start finding ways of using the word tangent. Oh, that's what we doing? Tax this to them all. Tax the whole damn chat. Raise the tariffs. It's a it's a great word. Tangentially, I started reading the thesaurus when I was in second grade, purely for the purpose of upsetting my older sister. That's funny. What about seconds and consequence? What? This chapter makes me hungry. I love fish, and I feel like we're in New Orleans. Food. Damp air. Yep, definitely New Orleans. I hate the vertical live so much. If I miss something, I can't scrub back properly or make it 2 times to catch up. I just lose so much of what's going on. I feel that. But I'm sorry. It'd be like that, G. But I promise for the next book, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have. There's always the go back and the catch up and the replay. I feel you. I feel you though. I hear what you're saying. I do want to possibly do both lives for book club or something because I know y'all are all old people. So I know you know what I'm saying. Like I know y'all like to do what you just said. That is a very elderly thing. Does you know what I mean? Um, I understand. Uh, it is a very elderly complaint, as I will say. But I like to accommodate for the elderly. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. We take AARP. We take we take all of that, life alert, all of it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Sequentially and concentrically, I think we should start using those as well, since they're kind of a trio, even though those two come across a little more flat. It's harder to scrub back for sure. Yeah, I think it's still possible. I'm pretty sure all of that is still available to happen. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So I don't know if you see, but if you click it, you see the red button at the red line at the bottom of the screen. That is how you do it. And then you see how it says skip to live? You can skip to live there. And then if you go in the top right and then you press the 3 buttons right there, that's where you can open it, and then you can like go to different stuff to go into. I think that's where you can like speed it up and whatnot. Actually, maybe you can't do that, but you can definitely rewind it. Impossible on my phone? Damn, impossible, brother? That's crazy. I don't prefer Vertical Sensei either. Oh my goodness, the oldies. All right. I'm not gonna read another Vertical one. The boys are always in some sort of denial. I definitely agree. Teen boys may as well be insane. The Moraine adoption oath. I like the adoption oath. I like the adoption oath. It's really hilarious. It's really funny, yo. It's really funny how it just washes over them. She's like, ask around about me. Parent will tell you I've threatened to kill him rather than let him go to the shadow many times. It's the only way I've stayed. Moraine totally just touches her head for dramatic purposes to make her think she's doing something with the power. Literally, and she's just like, hits him with a little gust of wind. It's pronounced Felele. It's actually pronounced Felele. Elderly. 44 is the new elderly up there. Do they call us old? Hit the life alert. Y'all remember the life alert commercials? Those are awesome. If you tap and hold, it goes 2 times. Hey, I'm just saying. Now Sensei is mansplaining live streams to us. No. I'm young splaining. I'm young splaining. Yo. Woo. I am young splaining. But no, really shorts. If it was a TikTok live, you wouldn't even be able to go back at all. So, it is to each their own. To each their own. But I do understand the frustration. Well, I don't understand the frustration, I'm going to be honest. But I understand the frustration as well. I hear you, although I may not understand what you're going through. I hear you, and I feel your pain, and I reciprocate. All right. Now, before we get into chapter 42, I do have to get these damn sweats off because your boy is absolutely cooking right now. Like, I am actually cooking. It's so hot. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm so hot. I'm so hot. I'm so hot. This is insane. I don't know what's happened here. But yeah, so I gotta go I gotta take look, I got the pajama pants on. I didn't think about it, honestly. I got the plaid pajama pants on. I was trying to be comfortable. I didn't think about how warm they would be right now, and I'm cooking right now. So I gotta go change. So we're about to get into the Easing Badger in just a second. But first,
what is up, Super Fam?
How's it going, everyone?
Welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture.
We started Marvel Bros back in 2019 because we have a love for not only Marvel movies and comics, but because we wanted to have a place where people could stay up to date with all pop culture news.
Here, you will have access to all of our content, whether it be trailer reaction. You look like He-Man.
Oh!
And most importantly, controller.
Go!
Character breakdowns. Welcome to Marvel Bros Breakdown.
Welcome to Marvel Bros Breakdown, where we dive deeper into characters and theorize about the latest films.
Pop culture news updates. On today's pop culture news update.
Today's pop culture news update.
Or movie reviews.
We love to have open discussions here on the channel, so feel free to join us when we go live.
Battle Cove, I like that Kang's motives are understandable in the same way Thanos' motives were. That's exactly what we're saying. That was pretty awesome. Well.
Or jump in the comment section of a trailer reaction or breakdowns so we can theorize, converse, and nerd out.
Follow us on social media at Marvel Bros to stay up to date with the latest news, rumors, content, and more.
You can also join our Discord, where we are constantly having conversations pertaining to Marvel, DC, Star Wars, anime, and everything pop culture.
All of our past pop culture news updates are available wherever you listen to podcasts at.
If you guys would like to support Marvel Bros, all you gotta do is visit our website at www.marvelbros.com and buy some merch. Represent the superfan.
To get early access to content, patron-only scoops, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties. Righty. All righty, ladies and gents and ladies, lassies, and all of the other things. It is the moment Marisu's been waiting for.
Chapter 42. Easing the Badger. The hubbub of the city quickly submerged Zarene's laughter, if that was what it was, beneath all the clamour that Perrin remembered from Camelin and Kyrian. The sounds were different here, slower, and pitched differently, but they were the same, too. Boots and wheels and hooves on rough, uneven paving stones, cart and wagon axles squealing, music and song and laughter drifting from inns and taverns. Voices. A hum of voices like putting his head into a giant beehive. A great city. Living. From down a side street he heard the clang of hammer on anvil, and shifted his shoulders unconsciously. He missed the hammer and tongs in his hands, the white-hot metal giving off sparks as his blows shaped it. The smithy sounds faded behind, buried under the rumble of carts and wagons and the babble of shopkeepers and people in the streets. Under all the smells of people and horses, cooking and baking, and 100 scents he had found peculiar to cities, lay the smell of marsh and salt water.
I want to be where he at. Yeah, so they just make it into the city. Make it into the city. They're kind of looking around, seeing what sights are there to be seen. Come on, son, what's happening here?
Chapter.
Oops. There we go. Oh, right there.
He stopped there, staring at the top of the grey stone block. Perrin decided to abandon going down the alley. It stank as much as the canals in this part of Ilion, for one thing, and walked over to Lan instead. He saw what the warder was staring at right away. Pressed into the top of the stone mounting block were 2 prints, as if a huge hound had rested its forepaws there. The smell that was almost burned sulphur was strongest here.
Dogs don't make footprints in stone. Light, they don't.
He could make out the trail Lan had followed, too. The hound had trotted up the street as far as the mounting block, then turned and gone back the way it had come, leaving tracks in the stone as if they had been a ploughed field.
They just don't.
Darkhound, Lan said, and Zareen gasped. Loyal moaned softly. For an Ogier. A Darkhound leaves no mark on dirt, blacksmith. Not even on mud. But stone is another matter. There hasn't been a Darkhound seen south of the Mountains of Doom since the Prologue Wars. This one was hunting for something, I'd say. And now that it has found it, it has gone to tell its master.
Me?
Perrin thought.
Grey men and Darkhounds hunting me? This is crazy.
Are you telling me Nieda was right? Zareen demanded in a shaky voice. Old Grim is really riding with the Wild Hunt? Light. I always thought it was just a story.
Don't be a complete fool, girl, Lan said harshly. If the Dark One were free, we'd all be worse than dead by now.
He peered off down the street the way the tracks went.
But Darkhounds are real enough. Almost as dangerous as Madral.
and harder to kill. Now you bring fetches into it, Zareen muttered. Grey men, fetches, dark hounds. You had better lead me to the Horn of Valir, farm boy. What other surprises do you have waiting for me?
Little do you know. Little do you know. Man, I love the introduction of everything new, baby. That's all I can say, okay? Every time we're introduced to a new type of creature or whatever, I'm so excited. I'm already very sad that we haven't got to see even more type of creatures in the show of some sort. But it's also okay at the same time. You know what I mean? It's also all right because I know that it's been other stuff going on, but hopefully now we can get some more. Hopefully we can get a couple more now. You know what I mean? That's what I would like to see at this point. That would probably be the best. Oh. Shut up. Okay. Interesting.
Laughed triumphantly. Sometimes the man sat on a throne, and kings and queens grovelled before him. These felt strange, as if they were not really his dreams at all. Then the dreams changed, and he knew he was in the wolf dream he sought. Into them again and again, aimed him, was that he had forgotten to light a candle again, though the room was dark. Careless. Mustn't be careless. Carelessness ruins the work.
Am I tripping?
Dreams tumbled through his head.
Oh, there we go.
Dark hounds chasing him. He never saw them, but he could hear their howling. Fades and grey men. A tall, slender man flashed into them again and again, in richly embroidered coat and boots with gold fringe. Most of the time he held what seemed to be a sword, shining like the sun, and laughed triumphantly. Sometimes the man sat on a throne, and kings and queens grovelled before him. These felt strange, as if they were not really his dreams at all. Then the dreams changed, and he knew he was in the wolf dream he sought. This time he had hoped for it. He stood atop a high, flat-topped stone spire, the wind ruffling his hair, bringing 1,000 dry scents and a faint hint of water hidden in the far distance. For an instant, he thought he had the form of a wolf, and fumbled at his own body to make sure what he saw was really him. He wore his own coat and breeches and boots. He held his bow, and his quiver hung at his side. The axe was not there. Hopper?
Okay, I'm not in the right chapter. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
This early in the evening, no more than a quarter of the stools and benches were filled by men in workmen's plain coats and vests, some with the bare feet of sailors.
I was like,
all
bro,
of
what's
them
happening
sat
right now?
clustered as close as they could manage around one table.
It's like this shit is not
where a pretty,
right.
dark-eyed girl, the wearer of the perfume, sang to the strumming of a 12-string bittern and danced on the tabletop
There we go.
with swirls of her
This is what I
skirt.
was looking for. Damn.
Her loose white blouse had an extremely low neck. Perrin recognized the tune, the dancing lass, but the words the girl sang were different from what he knew. Ah, Lugard girl, she came to town to see what she could see. With a wink of her eye and a smile on her lip, she snagged a boy or three, with an ankle slim and skin so pale. She caught the owner of a ship with a soft little sigh and a gay little laugh. She's made her way so free, so free.
Yo, shout out Rosamund Pike, yo, she the best to ever do it.
She launched into another verse, and when Perrin realized what she was singing, his face grew hot. He had thought nothing could shock him after seeing Tinker Girls dance.
Could she really be
But
blowing?
that had only hinted at things. This girl was singing them right out. Zareen was nodding in time to the music and grinning. Her grin widened when she looked at him. "Why, farm boy, I do not think I ever knew a man your age who could still blush."
Plot twist.
He glared
She's the
at her
one
and
singing.
barely stopped himself from saying something he knew would be stupid. "This bloody woman has me jumping before I can think. Right, I'll wager she thinks I never even kissed a girl." He tried not to listen to any more of what the girl was singing. If he could not get the red out of his face, Zareen was sure to make more of it.
Yo. This is such a good chapter too. I really like it. I really like going throughout the Badger and really getting to see what's happening here. Yeah, they just kind of go through, they're kind of talking to different people here and there. I think they also find out that almost everyone's been having crazy dreams. Yeah, I think multiple people have been having some wild dreams. Yeah, Billy, here we go. Okay, here we go. I do not suppose you could call Lord Bryn's ascension to the Council of Nine unusual, Naida said. Fortune pricked me. I can no remember ever hearing his name before the winter. But he did come to the city, somewhere near the Mirandian border, it be rumored, and did be raised inside a week. It do be said he be a good man, and strongest of the nine. They all do follow his lead, it be said, though he be newest and unknown. But sometimes I do have strange dreams of him. Moraine had opened her mouth to tell Naida she had met in the last few nights. Perrin was sure, but she hesitated, and instead said, "What sort of strange dreams?" "Oh, foolishness, Mistress Maury, just foolishness. You do truly wish to hear it? Dreams of Lord Bryn in strange places and walking bridges hanging in air. All fogged these dreams do be, but near every night they do come. Did you ever hear of such foolishness? Fortune prick me. Yet it do be odd. Billy does say he does. Billy does say he does dream the same dreams. I do think he does hear my dreams and copy them. Billy be none too bright sometimes, I do think." Like, hold up. What's happening? We also find out this inn has an Ogier room. Every inn in Ilion has one. In hopes of gaining Ogier custom when the stonemasons come. It is lucky having an Ogier under the roof. The masons always stay together when they go outside to work. Humans are so hasty, and the elders are always afraid of tempers will flare, and someone will put a strong handle on his axe. You know? Just some nice world building. Moiraine even says, Ogier are sensitive to some things. Let's see. Okay, yeah. All right. Let's get it. It's about to get fucking crazy.
He had seen them.
"They have knives!"
Oh.
Loyal, unsurprisingly, had pulled a book from his coat pocket and seemed to have forgotten where he was. Zareen, absently rolling a piece of white cheese into a ball, was eyeing first Perrin, then Moraine, then him again, while trying to pretend she was not. It was Lan and Moraine he was really interested in, though. They could sense a Murdral or a Trolloc or any shadow spawn before it came closer than a few hundred paces. But the Aes Sedai was staring distantly at the table in front of her, and the warder was cutting a chunk of yellow cheese and watching her. Yet the smell of wrongness was there, as at Jara and the edge of Remen, and this time it was not going away. It seemed to be coming from something within the common room. He studied the room again. Billy against the wall, Some men crossing the floor, the girl singing on the table, all the
Yo, here
laughing
we
men
go.
sitting around her. Men crossing the floor. He frowned at them. 6 men with ordinary faces walking toward where he was sitting. Very ordinary faces. He was just starting to re-inspect the men listening to the girl, when suddenly it came to him that the stink of wrongness was rolling from the 6. Abruptly, they had daggers in their hands, as if they had realized he had seen them. "They have knives!" he roared, and threw the cheese platter at them. The common erupted into confusion. Men shouting, the singer screaming, Nieda shouting for Billy, everything happening at once. Lan leaped to his feet, and a ball of fire darted from Moraine's hand, and Loyal snatched up his chair like a club, and Zareen danced to one side, cursing. She had a knife in her hand too, but Perrin was too busy to notice much of what anyone else did. Those men seemed to be looking straight at him, and his axe was hanging from a peg up in his room.
Oh,
Seizing a chair,
shit.
he ripped off a thick chair leg that ran up to make one side of the ladder back, hurled the rest of the chair at the men, and set about him with his long bludgeon. They were trying to reach him with their naked steel, as if Lan and the others were only obstacles in their way. It was a tight tangle where all he could manage was to knock blades away from him, and his wilder swings threatened Lan and Loyal and Zareen as much as any of his 6 attackers. From the corner of his eye, he saw Moraine standing to one side, frustration on her face. They were all so mixed together that she could do nothing without endangering friend as well as foe. None of the knife-wielders as much as glanced at her. She was not between them and Perrin. Panting, he managed to crack one of the ordinary-looking men across the head so hard that he heard bones splinter, and abruptly realized they were all down. It all seemed to him to have gone on for a quarter of an hour or more, but he saw that Billy was just halting, his large hands working as he stared at the 6 men sprawled dead on the floor. Billy had not even had time to reach the fight before it was done. Lan wore a face even grimmer than usual. He began searching the bodies thoroughly, but with a quickness that spoke of distaste. Loyal still had his chair raised to swing. He gave a start and set it down with an embarrassed grin. Moraine was staring at Perrin, and so was Zareen, as she
This is
retrieved her
such an
knife from the
anime,
chest
yo.
of one of the dead
This
men.
is such an anime.
That stench of wrongness was gone, as if it had died with them. "Grey men," the Aes Sedai said softly, "and after you." "Grey men?" Nieda laughed, both loud and nervously. "Why, Mistress Mari, next you'll say you do believe in boggles and bugbears and fetches, and old Grim riding with the black dogs in the wild hunt." Some of the men who had been listening to the songs laughed too, though they looked as uneasily at Moraine as at the dead men. The singer stared
I mean,
at
she
Moraine
was
as
just
well,
literally throwing
her eyes
fireballs
wide.
out of her hands.
Perrin remembered that
20
one
seconds
ball of
ago.
fire before everything grew too jumbled. One of the grey men had a somewhat charred look about him, and gave off a sickly sweet burned smell. Moraine turned from Perrin to the stout woman. "A man may walk in the shadow," the Aes Sedai said calmly, "without being shadow-spawn."
Oh, bruh. So gray men just have this thing about them that makes me like I'm making them far more creepy in my brain, I feel like, than they actually look. Because in my head, they give like a Solomon Grundy, like Gollum type of vibe, you know what I mean? But it seems like they're just regular human people that nobody else could really see. That is something different about them unless you know what you're looking for. And then it seems like maybe do they just like snap all of a sudden and then they just turn up? Or like I don't like are they just always normal people or is there something that like do they be like I don't know. Like why do they seem so creepy? What is it about them that just makes me uncomfortable, right? I feel like they can like leap. Like they would just start crawling on the ground or some shit or like crawl up a wall or something. I don't know. Just makes me so uncomfortable, yo. Like, and I feel like we haven't even seen them yet, though. You know what I mean? We haven't really seen what the gray men look like, but somehow they're able to give that uneasy feeling. You know what I mean? Like, I feel so uneasy anytime they talk about the gray men and we like get close to them and shit. It's like, you stay back. Like, And I love right here. Wait. No, I don't think he's told her yet. I think this is the different. I think that's a different one. Um, but I love at the end she says, "The wheel weaves as the will wills, and the shadow darkens the world. Heed me, land, and obey as you swore to." With that, she was gone. Like Moiraine, don't be playing, chat. She don't be playing. What do you think of the name of the inn, Easing the Badger? Yo, it's hard not to hear something horny when you hear Easing the Badger. So I don't know. I don't know what it's supposed to mean, but it sounds mad horny, yo. RJ seemed mad horny in his writing. I don't know what that was about, but it makes it makes hey, I don't know I don't know, you know, maybe I just got a dirty mind, but you know, like the White Tower is definitely in like that's a vagina. You know, like there's this it's pretty horny. I'm not bagging it. It's just that's every so it's hard for me to not know whether something is horny or not, you know? So I'm just like, you know, anytime something has like an innuendo, I'm like, oh yeah, that's horny for sure. I love how everyone is like, this is a bad place. Yes, exactly. Vag Island. I'm glad we get it. I'm glad we get it, chat, because that shit has me. I'd be like, bro, what's going on here? Oh man. Um if I love how everyone is like, this is the bad place. Yeah, that's very true. When do we get to the 9-horse hitch? That sounds a little horny too. I was so floored by the Dark Hounds reveal. They're such a great concept. I agree. I agree. There's so much, like, it's so good all the way around. Like, all of that sounds so, like, I love the way that, I think I just said this, but the way that they continue to introduce new shadow something, right? Like, are they all called Shadow Spawn? Is that what those creatures are called? Shadow Spawn or something? I can't remember what the names are of all the creatures, but even the ones that Lanfear had when we first met her, or should I say Celine, right? Those ones that were around her, like even those ones, like I love them all, and I want to see more. I want to see more Shadow Spawn. I love the way they're introduced. It's working for me. Basically, Hellhounds from Percy Jackson. Okay, I see you. I see you. Everything seems to have its opposite in this world. I agree, Marisu. That's something that I also noticed is that there is everything has its antithesis. I think it's amazing Rosamund sings this. Rosamund is the GOAT. That's why she's the GOAT. The GOAT. That's probably too young of a reference for some of y'all. Pike's mom is an opera singer and was the producer. Yeah, on the audiobooks. Yes, I love all the lore behind Rosamund. Like it's awesome. This scene is cool. Yeah, it is. Mad cool. We need all of her Watt singing compiled. Ooh, hell yeah, we do. I agree. I agree completely. Wow, I'll do that immediately. You know her mom had her like Bugs Bunny. With the opera. I got you. Have we taught you to pay attention to dreams yet, Sensei? I've always paid attention to dreams. You know I love dreams, Marisu. You know I love all the dream sequences. I be extra closely paying attention. What did Billy do to deserve that? It do be rude. Marisu is a menace. He never changed his name to something other than Billy. Who'd want to have the same name as a Congar? As a Congar? Graymen are so scary. You're suspiciously basic looking. Like, why do you look so regular? I always avoid people that look too average whenever I'm in public. As do I. As do I. There's something about them. You'd be like, it's one of these. It's one of these. You know what I'm saying. I know you know what I'm saying. I mean, the knives, though? What about the knives? Moiraine was very quick to point the finger at Perrin there. There is an uncanny valley creepiness to him, for sure. Just average white dudes. And women. Some gray men are women. Facts, facts, facts. Their boss always thinks they never showed up to work. I didn't even see you here. How long have you worked here? For 15 years, Jerry. Our kids go to the same baseball. Sorry, that was dumb. Better yet, they weren't at work, but no one. Yeah, exactly. They weren't at work, but no one noticed, so they get marked there. Penis Tower on Vagina Island is wild. I think RJ's answer to the question of what easing the badger meant was just, if you know, you know. The Grom were not shadow spawn. Those were just animals from another dimension. That's right. You're right. You're right. Yeah, that's right. And she was just like chilling there with them for some reason. But wait, weren't there also... Wait, what? Damn. I think I knew that, but I never realized that that would mean that when we saw... Was it... Who had Grom? Was it the Shan-Chan or something? Someone had some Grom for some reason. So does that mean that they got them from another dimension as well? Did I ask that question at that moment? Flashback. Coplins and Congars are the ornery folk in the two riveries. Are the ornery. Congars does sound like a Pokemon. I definitely agree. The Shan-Chan did have portal stone creatures, and that was never explained to us, right? We were just like, why the hell do they have Grom? And then it was like, find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. I definitely remember that. I remember being confused about that for sure. I'd be like, hey, what the hell happened? Like, wait. How did they get there? What's happening here? Damn, I low-key forgot about that. I forgot about it. All right, chat. Let's get it cracking. Let's go ahead and move on to the next chapter, with that being...
Chapter 43. Shadow Brothers.
Badass name!
The dark-eyed girl climbed back on her table and started singing again, in an unsteady voice.
Real
The
quick,
tune
could
was
you
one Perrin
imagine...
knew as Mistress
Could you imagine this crazy battle just breaks out? People are dying faster than the battle started. Someone just like this lady just threw a fireball. This Ogier was just beating people with a chair. Everyone was just murdering people. And then you just get back up on the table and just start singing again.
Nora's rooster. And though the words were different once more, to his disappointment and embarrassment that he was disappointed, it actually was about a rooster. Mistress Luhan herself would not have disapproved.
Light, I'm getting as bad as Matt.
None of the listeners complained. Some of the men did look a bit disgruntled, but they seemed to be as anxious about what Moraine might approve as the singer was. No one wished to offend an Aes Sedai, even with her gone. Billy came back and hoisted 2 more grey men. A few of the men listening to the song glanced at the corpses and shook their heads. One of them spat on the sawdust.
What? Like, it's just right there. That's insane. That is so insane.
Lan came to stand in front of Perrin. "How did you know them, blacksmith?" he asked quietly. "Their taint of evil is not strong enough for Moraine or me to sense. Grey men have walked past 100 guards without being noticed, and warders among them." Very conscious of Zarene's eyes on him, Perrin tried to make his voice even softer than Lan's. I smelled them. I've smelled them before, at Jara and at Remen, but it always vanished. They were gone before we got there, both times." He was not sure whether Zarine had overheard or not. She was leaning forward, trying to listen, and trying to appear not to at the same time.
So, what? You know what I mean? Like, bro, the way that we just are like asked. It's just so good, man. It is just so good. So if I'm not mistaken, we already did listen to the dark, like we kind of listened to some of this part on accident in 42. I can't remember what parts, but let's get it.
Rain drummed down outside, and thunder boomed. The breeze across his bed carried some of the rain's coolness, but he did not think he would need any of the blankets at the foot of the mattress. His last thought before sleep claimed him was that he had forgotten to light a candle again, though the room was dark. Careless. Mustn't be careless. Carelessness ruins the work. Dreams tumbled through his head. Dark hands chasing him. He never saw them, but he could hear their howling. Fades and grey men. A tall, slender man flashed into them again and again, in richly embroidered coat and boots with gold fringe. Most of the time he held what seemed to be a sword, shining like the sun, and laughed triumphantly. Sometimes the man sat on a throne, and kings and queens grovelled before him. These felt strange, as if they were not really his dreams at all. Then the dreams changed, and he knew he was in the wolf dream he sought. This time he had hoped for it. He stood atop a high, flat-topped stone spire, the wind ruffling his hair, bringing 1,000 dry scents and a faint hint of water hidden in the far distance. For an instant, he thought he had the form of a wolf, and fumbled at his own body to make sure what he saw was really him. He wore his own coat and breeches and boots. He held his bow, and his quiver hung at his side. The axe was not there. "Hopper? Hopper! Where are you?" The wolf did not come. Rugged mountains surrounded him, and other tall spires separated by arid flats and jumbled ridges, and sometimes a large plateau rising with sheer sides. Things grew, but nothing lush. Tough, short grass, bushes wiry and covered with thorn, and other things that even seemed to have thorns on their fat leaves. Scattered, stunted trees twisted by the wind. Yet wolves could find hunting even in this land. As he peered at this rough land, a circle of darkness suddenly blanked out a part of the mountains. He could not have said whether the darkness was right in front of his face or halfway to the mountains, but he seemed to be seeing through it and beyond. Matt, rattling a dice cup. His opponent stared at Matt with eyes of fire. Matt did not seem to see the man, but Perrin knew him. "Matt!" he shouted. "It's Baalzamon! Light, Matt! You're dicing with Baalzamon!" Matt made his toss, and as the dice spun, the vision faded, and the dark place was dry mountains again.
Damn.
"Hopper?" Perrin turned slowly, looking in every direction. He even looked up in the sky.
He can fly now.
Where clouds promised to rain, the ground far below the spire top would drink
Sorry.
up as soon as it fell.
Hopper?
A darkness formed among the clouds, a hole into somewhere else. Egwene and Nynaeve and Elaine stood looking at a huge metal cage, with a raised door held on a heavy spring. They stepped in and reached up together to loose the catch. The barred door snapped down behind them. A woman with her hair all in braids laughed at them, and another woman all in white laughed at her. The hole in the sky closed, and there were only clouds.
Hopper, where are you?
He called,
I need you! Hopper!
and the grizzled wolf was there, alighting on the spire top as if he had leaped from somewhere higher.
Dangerous. You have been warned, young bull. Too young. Too new yet. I need to know, Hopper. You said there were things I must see. I need to see more. No more.
He hesitated, thinking of Matt, of
Bro's
Egwene
at
and Nynaeve
D23.
and Elaine.
The strange things I see here. Are they real?
Hopper's sending seemed slow, as if it were so simple the wolf could not understand the need to explain it, or how to. Finally, though, something came.
What is real is not real. What is not real is real. Flesh is a dream, and dreams have flesh.
Man.
That doesn't tell me anything, Hopper. I do not understand.
The wolf looked at him, as if he had said he did not understand that water was wet.
You said I had to see something, and you showed me Baalzamon and Lanfear. Heartfang, Moon Hunter. Why did you show me, Hopper? Why did I have to see them?
Heartfang.
The last
Moon
hunt
Hunter.
comes.
Sadness filled the sending, and a sense of inevitability.
What will be, must be.
Yeah.
I do not understand. The last hunt? What last hunt? Hopper! Greymen came to kill me tonight. The not dead hunt you? Yes! Greymen! After me! And a darkhound was right outside the inn. I want to know why they are after me. Shadow Brothers.
Hopper crouched, looking to either side as if he almost expected an attack.
Long since we have seen the Shadow Brothers. You must go, young bull. Great danger. Flee the Shadow Brothers. Why are they after me, Hopper? You do know. I know you do. Flee, young bull.
Hopper leaped, forepaws hitting Perrin's chest, knocking him back over the edge.
Flee the Shadow Brothers.
The wind rushed in his ears as he fell. Hopper and the edge of the spire top dwindled above him.
Why, Hopper?
He shouted.
I have to know why! The last hunt comes.
He was going to hit. He knew it. The ground below rushed up at him, and he tensed against the crushing impact that... He started awake, staring at the candle flickering on the small table beside the bed. Lightning flashes lit the window, and thunder rattled it.
What did he mean? The last hunt, he mumbled. I did not light any candle.
Wow. Holy shit. What? It's going down. It's going down. And we end the chapter with, before he could find words, the door crashed back against the wall, and Moiraine stood in the doorway, her face as pale and grim as death. Your wolf dreams tell as true as your wolf dreams tell as truly as a dreamer's, Perrin. The Forsaken are loose, and one of them rules in Iliad. Bro, what? Like, what? And chat, can you refresh me on Iliad, please? Can you give me a real quick crash course? Bah, bah, bah. While you read book 2, you're supposed to think they are Shadow Spawn and the Shan-Chan are Dark Friends. That makes sense. That actually makes sense. And they kind of did that with the show too, with the whole Ishmael. I vote the wolves' names. I vote the wolves name things from now on. I agree with that. The wolves have the best names for everything. The not dead, like bruh. The not dead. Bruh, not alive. No, not the alive. The not dead. Woohoo! Creepy. Honestly, I'm from NYC and half of this happens on the train. So yeah, I mind my business. That's hella funny. I don't know. Wolves can be brutally honest. They might name me she who knits while drinking the dizzy water. Yo, you knit, Marisu? That's awesome. I'd be sits placidly by a funny looking rock that shines light in his eyes night and day to blind the eyes. How can a wolf drop such a bar? Moon Hunter is cool, but also kind of sounds like the name of a James Bond movie. Yeah, for real. It does. Ilion is on the southern coast, traditional enemy of Tyr. Rand's dad fought for Ilion in the Aiel War. Okay. The not dead, not to be confused with the Neverborn. Yeah, and then the Neverborn are the Shadow Spawn, right? Or is that the what is this not dialect, but like what is this called? Like is it called like wolf's tongue or wolf speak or yeah, the fades, that's what I meant. My bad. Thanks, LBF. Like is it called something? Wild speak? Okay. I like wild speak. That actually sounds pretty nifty. Not gonna lie to you. Okay. Wolf speak? Sending is the method. I think wolf tongue works too. No. Sorry, that's an autocorrect. It's called sending. Oh. Wolf speak is sending. I got you. Sending is cool. That's a cool name. Wolf send. Sending is nice. I like that actually. I get it, because they're sending the shit to your mind. Very simple.
Chapter 44.
Oh,
Hunted.
sorry. I meant to go. All right, now let's get into
Chapter 44. Hunted. Perrin climbed off the bed and started dressing, not caring whether Zareen was watching or not. He knew what he intended to do, but he asked Moraine anyway.
Do we leave?
Unless you want to make closer acquaintance with Samael, she said dryly. Thunder crashed overhead as if to punctuate her sentence, and lightning flashed. The Aes Sedai barely
hella
glanced at
extra,
Zareen.
Moiraine.
Stuffing his shirt tail into his breeches, he suddenly wished he had his coat and cloak on. Naming which one of the Forsaken it was made the room seem cold.
Ba'alzamon isn't bad enough. We have to have the Forsaken loose too. Light, does it even matter if we find Rand now? Is it too late?
But he kept dressing, stamping his feet into his boots. It was that or give up, and Two Rivers folk were not known for giving up.
Damn, bruh. And the way it's so interesting in book 3 how the talk of Baal-Zaman kind of changes the way that you think about the name, right? Before, it definitely felt like it meant the Dark One. It definitely felt like it meant, like all of that same thing. What do they call him? I can't think of the name, but but as we get into this book and the deeper we've gotten as well, it's not synonymous as it used to feel. It's not as synonymous as it used to feel, which is, I just think it's very interesting. Okay.
Causeway and marsh ended together, some 2 miles or so from the city, but the road kept on, slowly bearing a little eastward. Cloud-dark evening faded into night, and the misting rain continued. Moraine and Lan kept a steady, ground-eating pace. The horses' hooves splashed through puddles on the hard-packed dirt. The moon shone through gaps in the clouds. Low hills began to rise around them, and trees to appear more and more often. Perrin thought there must be forest ahead, but he was not sure how he liked the idea. Woods could hide them from...
Wait, nope.
Wanted to say something, and was afraid to, but the Aes Sedai had already turned her attention elsewhere.
Or another Forsaken.
He stopped in the stirrup, staring at her, notably how much she really knew or believed among the things she said she did not believe in. Samael did not send the Greymen. Moraine mounted Aldib with a cool, straight-backed precision, almost as if there were no hurry. The Darkhound was his, however. I believe it followed my trail. He would not have sent both. Someone wants you, but I do not think Samael even knows you exist. Yet. Perrin stopped with one foot in the stirrup, staring at her, but she seemed more concerned with patting her mare's arching neck than with the questions on his face.
As well I went after you,
Lan said, and the Aes Sedai sniffed loudly. I could wish you were a woman, Gaideen. I would send you to the tower as a novice to learn to obey. He raised an eyebrow and touched the hilt of his sword, then swung into his saddle. And she sighed. Perhaps it is as well you are disobedient. Sometimes it is well. Besides, I do not think Shiriam and Swan Sanche together could teach you obedience.
I do not understand, Perrin said. I seem to be saying that a great deal, and I'm tired of it. I want some answers I can understand.
He pulled himself the rest of the way up, so Moraine would not be looking down at him. She had enough advantage without that.
If he did not send the Greymen, who did? If a Murdral, or another Forsaken...
He stopped to swallow.
Another Forsaken? Light! If somebody else sent them, why did they not tell him? They're all Dark Friends, aren't they? And why me, Moraine? Why me? Rand is the bloody Dragon Reborn.
He heard the gasps from Zareen and Nieda, and only then realized what he had said. Moraine's stare seemed to sting him like the sharpest steel.
Hasty bloody tongue. When did I stop thinking before I speak?
It seemed to him it had happened when he first felt Zareen's eyes watching him. She was watching him now, with her mouth hanging open. You are sealed to us now, Moraine told the bold-faced woman. There is no turning back for you. Ever. Zareen looked as if she wanted to say something, and was afraid to, but the Aes Sedai had already turned her attention elsewhere. Nieda, flee Ilion tonight. In this hour. And hold your tongue even better than you have held it all these years. There are those who would cut it out for what you could say. Before I could even find you. Her hard tone left doubts as to exactly how she meant that, and Nieda nodded vigorously as if she had heard it both ways. As for you, Perrin, the white mare moved closer, and he leaned back from the Aes Sedai despite all he could do. There are many threads woven in the pattern, and some are as black as the shadow itself. Take care one of them does not strangle you.
Ooh.
Her heels touched Aldib's flanks, and the mare darted into the rain, Mandab following close behind.
Damn, why Why is she doing him like that, though? Watch your bloody mouth. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry. Oh.
More and more often.
Oh, here we go.
Perrin thought there must be forest ahead, but he was not sure how he liked the idea. Woods could hide them from pursuit. Woods could let pursuit come close. Rain, they would have a clear night for riding. He said as much, but Lan shook his head. Dark hounds like clear moonlit nights best, blacksmith. Rain the least. A good thunderstorm can keep them away completely. As if his words had bidden it, the rain faded to a faint drizzle. Perrin heard Loyal groan behind him. Causeway and marsh ended together, some 2 miles or so from the city, but the road kept on, slowly bearing a little eastward. Cloud-dark evening faded into night, and the misting rain continued. Moraine and Lan kept a steady, ground-eating pace. The horses' hooves splashed through puddles on the hard-packed dirt. The moon shone through gaps in the clouds. Low hills began to rise around them, and trees to appear more and more often. Perrin thought there must be forest ahead, but he was not sure how he liked the idea. Woods could hide them from pursuit. Woods could let pursuit come close before they saw. A thin howl rose far behind them. For a moment he thought it was a wolf. He surprised himself by nearly reaching out to the wolf before he could stop. The cry came again, and he knew it was no wolf. Others answered it, all miles behind, eerie wails holding blood and death, cries that spoke of nightmares. To his surprise, Lan and Moraine slowed, the Aes Sedai studying the hills around them in the night.
They are a long way, he said. They'll not catch us if we keep on.
The Dockhounds, Zareen muttered. Those are the Dockhounds. Are you sure it isn't the Wild Hunt, Aes Sedai?
But
it is, Moraine replied. It is.
You can never outrun the Darkhounds, blacksmith, Lan said. Not on the fastest horse. Always you must face them and defeat them, or they will pull you down. I could have stayed in the steading, you know, Loyal said. My mother would have had me married by now, but it would not have been a bad life. Plenty of books. I did not have to come outside.
There, Moraine said, pointing to a tall, treeless mound well off to their right. There were no trees that Perrin could see for 200 paces or more around it either, and they were still sparse beyond that. We must see them coming to have a chance. The Darkhound's dire cries rose again. Closer, yet still far.
Oh, baby. Closer, yet still far. Holy. Like, holy. Here we go.
He glanced. Chapter 45.
Oh.
Chapter 44. Over to peer at the carving by the drizzle. Well off to their right. Best bowman in Emond's Field. He bent it easily. He would not have to use the axe. He drew the length of his unstrung bow from under Stepper's saddle girths.
Maybe this will do some good.
Try if you wish, blacksmith, Lan said. They do not die easily. Perhaps you will kill one. Perrin drew a fresh bowstring from his pouch, trying to shield it from the soft rain. The beeswax coating was thin and not much protection against prolonged damp. Setting the bow slantwise between his legs, he bent it easily, fixing the loops of the bowstring into the horn nocks at the ends of the bow. When he straightened, he could see the Darkhounds. They ran like horses at a gallop, and as he caught sight of them, they gathered speed. They were only 10 large shapes running in the night, sweeping through the scattered trees, yet he pulled a broadhead arrow from his quiver, nocked it, but did not draw. He had been far from the best bowman in Emond's Field, but among the younger men, only Rand had been better. At 300 paces he would shoot, he decided.
Fool, you'd have a hard time hitting a target standing still at that distance. But if I wait, the way they are moving...
Stepping up beside Moraine, he raised his bow.
I just have to imagine that moving shadow is a big dog.
Drew the goose-feather fletchings to his ear, and loosed. He was sure the shaft merged with the nearest shadow, but the only result was a snarl.
It is not going to work. They're coming too fast.
He was already drawing another arrow.
Why aren't you doing something, Moraine?
He could see their eyes, shining like silver, their teeth gleaming like burnished steel.
I wonder if no one else
Black
can
as the
see
night
them like
itself,
he can.
And as big as small ponies, they sped toward him, silent now, seeking the kill. The wind carried a stink near to burned sulphur. The horses whickered fearfully, even Lan's warhorse.
Burn you, Aes Sedai! Do something!
He loosed again. The frontmost Darkhound faltered, and came on.
They can die.
He shot once more, and the lead Darkhound tumbled, staggered to its feet, then fell. Yet even as it did, he knew a moment of despair. One down, and the other 9 had covered 2/3 of the distance already.
Damn.
They seemed to be running even faster, like shadows flowing across the ground.
One more arrow. Time for one more, maybe. And then it's the axe. Burn you, Aes Sedai!
He drew again. Now, Moraine said as his arrow left the bow. The air between her hands caught fire, and streaked toward the Darkhounds, vanquishing night. The horses squealed and leaped against being held. Perrin threw an arm across his eyes to shield them from a white-hot glare like burning, heat like a forge cracking open. Sudden noon flared in the darkness, and was gone. When he uncovered his eyes, spots flickered across his vision, and the faint, fading image of that line of fire. Where the Darkhounds had been was nothing but night-covered ground, and the soft rain. The only shadows that moved were cast by clouds crossing the moon.
I thought...
Bruh! Balefire! Like, she pulled up with that shit. Everybody's just pulling up with shit left and right, bro. Like, everybody's turning up. And I love the way that boy ran is that he immediately, like, perhaps he did not see. Hopefully he didn't see that, because we got to get the hell up out of here if he saw that. It's like, oh shit. Like, the Forsaken are not to be playing. The Komodo 9000? Yeah, dead ass though. Yo, speaking of Malcolm in the Middle, did you guys know that Frankie Muniz is a freaking NASCAR driver and he placed like 10th place in the Daytona? Like, what?
Produced a crossbow from under his cloak, already drawn, with a gold necklace and a grey silk dress and a velvet cloak with a wide hood. The men dismounted. One held her reins and another her stirrup, and she smiled at Matt, doffing her gloves as she came near the fire. "I fear we are caught out late, young master," she said, "and I would trouble you for directions to an inn, if you know one." He grinned and started to rise. He had made it as far as a crouch when he heard one of the men mutter something, and another produced a crossbow from under his cloak, already drawn, with a clip holding the bolt. "Kill him, fool!" the woman shouted, and Matt tossed the firework into the flames and threw himself toward his quarterstaff.
Wait, what the hell is happening?
There was
Okay, my bad. I didn't realize that we switched. I didn't realize that we I didn't know that we switched POVs. I thought my bad. I forgot. Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. I was confuzzled. So let's go back a little bit. All right, now after all of that craziness happens with Aaron, because it was going down with them. Moiraine's like, bruh, shit is going down. Samael is in any out. That is okay. So am I wrong? No, never mind. I am wrong. I think I'm getting Iliander in the Mafla. I think I'm getting Ilian and Andor mixed up together. Castian and Andor. I think that's what's happening. Oh, so the last thing that happens is Zareen finding out that Matt blew the horn already. So she basically took all these oaths and did all these things kind of for nothing, and now she's basically trapped in the thick of all this other shit too. I thought it was kind of funny, even though I don't think she was like tripping too hard off of it, but you know what I mean? And then Moiraine drops another cold ass line. Once again, events outpace me. I do not like that, and neither should you. If events outrun me, they may well trample you and the rest of the world with you. Moiraine dropping them bars back to back to back, man. But then we go back to Matt and Tom, and we see that Matt is freaking already dissecting the fireworks and trying to see how they work and finding he's like, how can these little pebbles explode? As soon as Tom comes in, he's like, burn me! And he says that fireworks are the next thing to Aes Sedai work, which is insane to even... I didn't even think about it in that context, but that makes sense as to why it would be like that, especially if you look at something like Lord of the Rings, and every time my guy came through, he came through with not every time, but when Dumbledore would come through, he would come through with fireworks. So that's pretty interesting. Oops.
His hooves approached. It was late for anyone honest to be travelling. But the Queen's guards kept the road safe this close to Camelin, and the four who rode into the firelight certainly did not look like robbers. One was a woman. The men all wore long cloaks and seemed to be her retainers, while she was pretty and blue-eyed, in gold necklace and a grey silk dress and a velvet cloak with a wide hood. The men dismounted. One held her reins and another her stirrup, and she smiled at Matt, doffing her gloves as she came near the fire. "I fear we are caught out late, young master," she said, "and I would trouble you for directions to an inn, if you know one." He grinned and started to rise. He had made it as far as a crouch when he heard one of the men mutter something, and another produced a crossbow from under his cloak, already drawn, with a clip holding the bolt. "Kill him, fool!" the woman shouted, and Matt tossed the firework into the flames and threw himself toward his quarterstaff. There was a loud bang and a flash of light. "Aes Sedai!" a man cried. "Fireworks, fool!" the woman shouted, and he rolled to his feet with the staff in his hand to see the crossbow bolt sticking out of the fallen log almost where he had been sitting, and the crossbow man falling with the hilt of one of Tom's knives adorning his chest.
Ooh.
It was all he had time to see, for the other two men darted past the fire at him, drawing swords. One of them suddenly stumbled to his knees, dropping his sword to claw at the knife in his back as he fell face down. The last man did not see his companion fall. He obviously expected to be one of a pair, dividing their opponent's attention as he thrust his blade at Matt's middle. Feeling almost contemptuous, Matt cracked the fellow's wrist with one end of his staff, sending the sword flying, and cracked his forehead with the other. The man's eyes rolled up in his head as he collapsed. From the corner of his eye, Matt saw the woman walking toward him, and he stuck a finger at her like a knife. "Fine clothes you wear for a thief, woman! You sit down till I decide what to do with you, or I'll—" She looked as surprised as Matt at the knife that suddenly bloomed in her throat, a red flower of spreading blood. He took half a step as if to catch her as she fell, knowing it was no good. Her long cloak settled over her, covering everything but her face and the hilt of Tom's knife.
"Burn you?" Matt muttered. "Burn you, Tom Merlin? A woman? Like we could have tied her up, given her to the Queen's guards tomorrow in Camelin. Like, I might even have let her go. She'd rob nobody without these three, and the only one that lives will be days before he can see straight and months before he can hold a sword. Burn you, Tom, there was no need to kill her."
I think it's hilarious how Matt and Perrin are both downplaying the fact that there are people coming after them for their lives. Like, it's like, hey, she's just a woman. What the fuck? Matt, she just tried to murder you, bro. Like, it's like, yo, she's a woman. Why would you do this to her? I was like, oh shit, Matt be wildin'. And then you got Tom, who's like, yo, these knives are rated E for everyone. Exactly. He's taking no time. Like, what? That shit is crazy. Matt be tripping. That's what I will say. I will say that Matt do be tripping. Like, Matt do be tripping. Like, he do. In all fairness, Matt do be tripping. Bruh. But that's basically an end to that. It's been into that chapter. I love the imagery of how Jordan conceptualizes the wolves' communications. Yeah, that's very true. Balsamon was originally the Dark One, which is why it feels that way. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I don't believe that, Alan. There is too much in book one that. What's up with it, Alan? I don't think you've been in here, man. What's up with it? I don't believe that, Alan. There's too much in book one that contradicts. Okay, I got you. Pretty sure Balsamon is still the Dark One. Balsamon is the Trolloc name for the Dark One, but the man who calls himself Balsamon definitely isn't the Dark One. Yeah, exactly. The Forsaken, formerly known as Balsamon. I don't think Rand killed him. Oh yeah, definitely not. It hasn't been revealed yet, but you can absolutely put it together by now, especially after the Egwene Varian conversation. Yeah. There's a bunch of readers that knew by now. Rand is not one of them. Facts. Well, y'all acting like Arnold from the Magic School Bus. I should have stayed home today. For real. Moraine about to use her finishing moves, that ass. Fireworks are basically magic. They turn rocks and bat doo-doo into pretty fire. Ha ha ha. Subtle sexism, Matt. Mama raised me with one rule: don't play hands, won't be hands. Don't pay hands, won't be hands. Don't lay hands, won't be hands. Hey, I feel that. I feel that. Oh yeah. Damn. I got you. That's why I kept saying it. I was like, it gotta be lay hands. I was like, I'm gonna find it. Are these last couple of chapters long or not? Oh no, this one's not. Oh. Chapter 47 is short. Wait, let me look at the link. Holy shit! Are we about to be finished with the book, chat? I had no idea we were about to be finished. Why did I think there was like 100 chapters in this shit? Hey, that's one thing that I will say is different when you read digitally and don't have the paperback. You don't realize the like how long a book is because it's just pages. You know what I mean? Like it's just all the pages are there. You're not turning the page. You don't have the thickness of the book to really be like, damn, I'm already halfway through. You just have to like rely on knowing what number chapter you're on. Like that shit is crazy. I definitely thought we had like 2 more weeks of books going. But I think at the rate we're at, we probably only have like, I think next week is our last chapter. Yeah, next week is our last one before the recap. Holy shit. Yo, that's insane. That's insane. Whoa. What? Nah, we flew through this book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. We basically flew through this in 2 months. Chat. Wow. I'll talk about that more at the end, but damn, I'm pretty flabbergasted that we're already so like what? We're actually going to have like weeks to spare before like a week or 2 to spare before Wheel of Time comes out. What the flap? What the ass? Let me see. Yeah, all right. No, we're chilling. We're chilling. Let's get it going. Let's get it cracking, yo. Yo, I'm actually so ready to get into to our last section or portion or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Because we have chapters 45, 46, and 47 left. So before we get into that, I just need to refill my water. I'm gonna go to the restroom also, and then we'll be right back to finish out this last section. And if you guys don't know, later on tonight, we are going to be doing our watch party and review for Invincible Season 3, Episode 5. It's going to be super dope. I'm so excited to see what's going to be going on next within Invincible. We know that Omni-Man just broke out of prison with Battle Beast, and bro, it's about to be crazy, bro. It's about to be crazy. So this season is about to be wild, man, and I'm so ready for whatever is going to be coming next within Invincible. So if you guys like Invincible, make sure you guys are here at 11 p.m. PST tonight when we will be checking it out. Okay, it's gonna be a good time. And then tomorrow we're gonna be talking about what's going on with the Thunderbolts, right? That movie is dropping in May. That's the next Marvel movie we have on the docket, and I am really pumped for that. So we're just gonna talk about that, dive into what the hell is going on with Sentry and why bro is just deleting people left and right. And then on Friday, we're gonna be getting ready for Daredevil Born Again, baby. Are you ready to be born again? Because we are definitely ready to be born again, and going into Daredevil Born Again is going to be so much fun. It's going to be such a good time. I think New Rockstars has done like complete season breakdowns, and we're also going to be checking out like some recaps and all that good stuff for it. So it's going to be a really fun time. And then next week on Wednesday will be our last Wheel of Time chapter section. It will be our last section of Wheel of Time, and then the week after that we're going to be going into our recap. So we got a lot of stuff up on board for us going into these next couple of weeks and March. So I am so excited, man. I am so excited, and I hope you guys are too. So, like I said, I'm about to, go and fill up my water and other things like that. So if you haven't already, make sure you drop a like on the video because it definitely helps out, and we'll be right back. All right, ladies and gents and ladies. I hope everybody is ready to get into it because it ain't nothing to it but to do it. So with all that being said, let's get into. Damn it.
Chapter 46. A Message Out of the Shadow. Even as he returned to the inner city on foot, Matt was far from certain that what he intended would actually work. It would if what he had been told was true, but it was the truth of that he was not sure of. He avoided the oval plaza in front of the palace, but wandered around the sides of the huge structure and its grounds, along streets that curved with the contours of the hills. The golden domes of the palace glittered mockingly out of reach. He had made his way almost all the way around, nearly back to the plaza, when he saw it. A steep slope, thick with low flowers, rising from the street to a white wall of rough stone. Several leafy tree limbs stuck over the top of the wall, and he could see the tops of others beyond, in a garden of the royal palace. A wall made to look like a cliff, he thought, and a garden on the other side. Maybe Rand was telling the truth. A casual look both ways showed him he had the curving street to himself for the moment. He would have to hurry. The curves did not allow him to see very far. Someone could come along any moment. He scrambled up the slope on all fours, careless of how his boots ripped holes in the banks of red and white blossoms. The rough stone of the wall gave plenty of finger holds, and ridges and knobs provided toe holds even for a man in boots. Careless of them to make it so easy, he thought as he climbed. For a moment the climbing took him back home with Rand and Perrin, to a journey they had made beyond the sandhills into the edge of the mountains of mist.
Yo, I just love the way that Matt and Rand both effortlessly just scaled this wall and jumped over it. And then the guard later on is like, that bloody wall again. But this is where where he's being a little snooper and he hears the person that is talking about. Yeah, the dude that's talking to Komar. He's like, bring me all of their heads. And yeah, bro. This is where we find out the Grace Master is actually not a hypocrite. He's a spy. And then we find out about Talanver. He gets the letter. The queen is excited, very excited about Gabriel. Not about Gabriel, but she's excited. She's like, Gabriel. She has been accepted less than a year in the tower and raised already. So they're all hyped and excited. So Talanver and Matt are more on the same page. I love that Matt takes Tom's name, basically. He's a freaking menace for that. Like, because if any blowback happens, it'll be on Tom. I don't know if Tom's last name is Grinwell, but I just thought that was funny. Still, that was funny. Like, bro, what are you like? What? And after he hands over the letter, they do all the things. That's when we see that Gabriel is basically Gabriel has more gaze wrapped around his finger. Like, whoa, Nelly. Like, bro must be dropping heavy D. You know what I'm saying? Because she was definitely wrapped around the fingers. Uh, it, like whatever he says goes, and you can see that for sure. That's right, Else Grinwell. That's right. And she was the one that was acting hella weird as well. She was also acting hella weird at the. Interesting that he chose that last name, but yeah. Yeah, she went to the tower, and she's one of the ones that had, didn't she give Matt and Rand shelter at some point as well, like on their little farmhouse thing? Ow, ow, ow. 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 Yeah, another really good chapter. Oh, and then Gabriel also gives them some money. Did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything from that chapter. It was a long chapter, but not a lot actually happened. It was more just talking about, just giving us, letting us know what everything looked like and whatnot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I went over everything. I'm pretty sure I went over everything for that chapter just now. All right, now let's go into our final chapter of the night. Did we just breeze through these chapters way faster than I thought we would? I guess we did. Oh well, we'll just cover all three of them right now. Then we'll just yap about it afterwards.
Chapter 47. To Race the Shadow. From the small courtyard with its pool of fish, Talonvor led Matt swiftly to the great court at the front of the palace, behind the tall gilded gates gleaming in the sun.
I guess we did run through this.
It would be midday soon. Matt felt an urge to be gone, a need to hurry. It was hard keeping his pace to the young officers. Someone might wonder if he started running. And maybe, just maybe, things had really been the way they seemed back there. Maybe Gabriel really did not suspect that he knew. Maybe. He remembered those nearly black eyes seizing and holding like a pair of pitchfork tines through his head. Maybe. He forced himself to walk as if he had all the time in the world. Just a hay-brained country lout staring at the rugs and the gold. Just a mudfoot who'd never think anyone might put a knife in his back. Until Talonvor let him through a sallyport in one of the gates and followed him out. The fat officer with the rat's eyes was still there with the guards, and when he saw Matt, his face went red again. Before he could open his mouth, though, Talonvor spoke. He has delivered a letter to the Queen from the daughter heir. Be glad, Elba, that neither Morghese nor Gabriel knows you tried to keep it from them. Lord Gabriel was most interested in the Lady Elaine's missive. Elba's face went from red to as white as his collar. He glared once at Matt and scuttled back along the line of guardsmen, his beady eyes peering through the bars of their face guards as if to determine whether any of them had seen his fear. Thank you, Matt told Talonvor, and meant it. He had forgotten all about the fat man until he was staring him in the face again. Fare you well, Talonvor. He started across the oval plaza, trying not to walk too fast, and was surprised when Talonvor walked along. Light, is he Gabriel's man or Morghese's? He was just beginning to feel an itch between his shoulder blades, as if a knife might be about to go in. He doesn't know, burn me. Gabriel doesn't suspect, I know. When the young officer finally spoke. Did you spend long in Tarvalon? In the White Tower? Long enough to learn anything of it? I was only there 3 days, Matt said cautiously. He would have made the time less. If he could have delivered the letter without admitting ever being in Tarvalon, he would have. But he did not think the man would believe he had gone all that way to see his sister and left the same day. What under the light is he after? I learned what I saw in that time. Nothing of any importance. They did not guide me around and tell me things. I was only there to see else. You must have heard something, man. Who is Shiriam? Does talking to her in her study mean anything? Matt shook his head vigorously to keep relief from showing on his face. I don't know who she is, he said truthfully. Perhaps he had heard Egwene or perhaps Nynaeve mention the name? An Aes Sedai, maybe? Why should it mean anything? I do not know, Talonvor said softly. There is too much I do not know. Sometimes I think she is trying to say something. He gave Matt a sharp look. Are you a loyal Andaman, Tom Grimwell? Of course I am. Like, if I say that much more often, I may start believing it. What about you? Do you serve Morghese and Gabriel loyally? Talonvor gave him a look as hard as the dice's mercy. I serve Morghese, Tom Grimwell. Her, I serve to the death. Fare you well. He turned and strode back toward the palace with a hand gripping his sword hilt. Watching him go, Matt muttered to himself. I will wager this. He gave Gabriel's wash-leather purse a toss. That Gabriel says the same. Whatever games they played in the palace, he wanted no place in any of them, and he meant to make sure Egwene and the others were out of them too. Fool women. Now I have to keep their bacon from burning instead of looking after my own. He did not start to run until the streets hid him from the palace. When he came dashing into the Queen's blessing, nothing very much had changed in the library. Tom and the innkeeper still sat over their stones board, a different game, he saw, from the positions of the stones, but no better for Gil, and the calico cat was back on the table, washing herself.
Yo, hilarious, though. I love it. I love it. So he gets back to the inn. They're talking to Master Gil. He's basically telling him he doesn't do any of the politics at all. And then we kind of get a little bit more about Gabriel. And we find out that during the riots, he basically made himself leader of the faction that was supporting Morghese. He had it all. He had everything suppressed that was going on with the riots. Gareth Brine didn't like Gabriel's methods, but Morghese was so pleased to find order restored that she named him to the post Elida used to hold. Insane, bro. Literally insane. I don't know when anyone is getting like their emotions pushed or something. You know what I mean? Because I know that's something that the Forsaken can do, and like they can like make you feel ways and shit. So I don't know if that's what's going on with her. I don't know if Gabriel is a dark friend or what, but it just seems like he's something for sure. Because I'm like, I know we already got a Forsaken in Ilian, however you want to say it. But it's like, yo, where are all of the, like, what's going on everywhere else? Like, are there Forsaken here? Is he a Forsaken? Is he just a dark friend? Is he a goddamn gray man? Like, whoa, there's so much going on. Oh, and then Gil is like, "Did you tell Morghese that you think Gabriel is basically a bad guy or whatever?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, of course I did." With Gabriel standing right there and her gazing at him like a lovesick lapdog. I may be a simple village man who just climbed over your wall half hour past, but I already happen to know your most trusted advisor here, the one you seem to be in love with, intends to murder your daughter. Like, he's like, bro, of course I didn't do that stupid ass shit. Matt be talking heat, bro. We finally get another mention of the game of houses. Just bringing us back around to that. Gilda must have eavesdropped on me, telling it to Colleen. Da, 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 da. Oh, and then I love this shit right here where it says, I love how we end it. Gil says, I suppose if you're leaving, I had better see about getting you that meal. And then and then Matt goes, hold this for me, Master Gil. And he tossed him the wash leather purse. And he says, what's this, coin? Stakes. Gabriel doesn't know it, but he and I have a wager. The cat jumped down as Matt picked up the wooden dice cup and spun the dice out on the table. 5 6s. And I always win. And especially contrasting that with what just happened in Perrin's dream of him seeing that same thing, but Matt's doing it against Baalzamon. I love it. It makes it like Matt, it really is playing against Baalzamon every time he's rolling the dice and all this luck and everything, right? Like he's actually playing against Bro and he's winning in these moments, or whatever. He's coming out on top still. He's still standing. But yeah, that's it. Time. I can't wait to hear your craziest theories. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a shit ton. I'm gonna let you know that right now. Time for a rewatch of seasons 1 and 2. I am down. I want to do that for sure. We might have to. We might binge the whole season in a day. Who knows? I'm wondering what you're expecting from the Forsaken now that they're basically all on the board. I am expecting a lot from them, to be honest. I want to see them. I want them to be a little bit more than Moiraine and Ishmael. I feel like Moiraine, excuse me, a little bit more than Lanfear and Ishmael. I feel like those two really understand shit a little bit more than like they are the. I feel like even though they do crazy shit, they are the calm, cool, and collected ones of the Forsaken, and that's why they were able to be released first. So I think it's going to be cool to see everybody else surrounding them kind of not be that. Still be a little bit evil. Well, not a little bit. Everyone's evil. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see them, how different they are, what they do, and all of it. It just sounds so, so good. Dugging out for Dusty Will, but back after if when you're still going. No, I don't think we'll be going still after Dusty Wheel. That'll be a while from now. We're wrapping it up right now. Super thirsty for Rand, like super duper thirsty. Of course she was thirsty. Have you seen him? Gingers are hot. Alan isn't wrong. Y'all are hella funny. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, compulsion. There's so many there's so many moments where I feel like someone is getting compulsed. But for real, getting compelled to do something, and it's like just I don't know, it makes me feel weird. Makes me feel icky. God damn, what's happening? Whoa. What's happening in Ilion is scary. A Forsaken just swooped in and took over an entire country. Wasn't even hard. Yeah, like, do we know more about that? Like, I don't think we do, right? Like, bro just basically pulled up on him. It was like, come on. This is me now. All this shit is mine. And you can't do anything about it. And there's 11 Forsaken still out there. Damn. Damn. And they could be anywhere and anyone. I don't know what I don't know if anybody has like special powers or what. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm excited to find out. If Morghese is being compelled to be his lover, that is especially icky. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, all of these moments be making me feel so icky because it's like, ew, yuck. Ugh, you know? Like, we don't want none of that. Like, we don't want any of that at all. All right. But I really did have a really good time with this portion of the reading chat. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I love me some Matt. I love me some Perrin. I love Matt and Tom. I love Perrin and Loyal. I just really am having a good time chilling with these characters. I'm not going to lie to you. I am absolutely baffled that we have like 8 chapters left. Well, more than 8 chapters, obviously. I think, wait, 48. We have 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 9. I was close. We have 9 chapters left. 9 chapters left. And Rand ain't had a chapter still. That's even funnier because I didn't know that we were almost done with the book. Like, oh my goodness. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like how we took like 6 months to read the last book. And we're already about to be done with this one. Like what? Like literally, it took half the year to read this book. But like, yo, that's just crazy. Crazy. I can't believe it. I have a lot of expectations, you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have a lot of expectations for next week because I honestly did not know that we were almost done with this. I had no idea that we were about to be done with the book next week. So I have a lot of expectations for what can happen over this next week, man. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know if I should like read a chapter a day. Wait, how many? I said 9 chapters. So I don't know, man. I might do like, I don't know. I want to do something though for it. I'm trying to figure out a way to kind of do some type of reaction content that is like what I do for watch parties, but with actually reading the book. But I don't want to get like, we haven't got hit with any crazy copyright shit like that up until this point, and I hope that continues to go on. But if we do a full blown like listen party or whatever, I'm pretty sure they'll come through and hit that. So I'm probably gonna try to put stuff like that on Patreon or try to do something. I'm trying to figure out a good way to do it, or even if it's just in Discord to where I'm like, while I'm studying and reading, you guys are able to be in there with me and see what I'm highlighting and all that good shit too. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I'll have it more figured out before we start our next book club. You know, all that will be really figured out as to what's going to be going on. But I can't believe we're almost done with this book. Literally, I hope you're starting to forgive us for making you read this book. Not yet. I cannot forgive until we have watched after we see the Wheel of Time season premiere. I will let you know whether I have forgiven. I hope to see you guys here actually for the Wheel of Time stuff, because I know most of you be loving the Dusty Wheel too. So you probably won't even be watching it with me. You'll probably be watching it with them. But we always have a good turnout for Wheel of Time regardless. But I just know a lot of you guys are like die hard Dusty Wheelers, right? So I know that you guys are gonna be over there too. So I'm excited to still hear your guys' thoughts and theories and opinions, and we'll probably do like a season, depending on how much time we actually have before the next episode, like before season 3 starts. I'll figure out what we can do for those Wednesday episodes. You know what I mean? I'll figure out what we can do for those Wednesday episodes. But again, I know that there's always a crazy turnout for Wheel of Time, regardless of what happens. So I'm excited to see all the new people that are going to come for this show, and all of the returning people that I probably haven't seen in hella long. I'm excited to see everybody, for real. I'm really pumped. Basically, only Matt stuff is being used in season 3. Everyone else is jumping to book 4. Oh, I hear you there. I feel that actually. I actually really feel that. I can't believe the book is all Charisse. I'm not tripping, right? Like, we flew through this book. Like, and even though we're adding an extra day into this, it's like we're already almost over, 2 months, 4 weeks. Like, what? 4 weeks, like, when you have a plan or a schedule to follow, it's crazy how much faster time can fly when you're getting those things done that are on your schedule, So, freaking awesome, man. Rand who? Exactly. Oh, this one flies by every time. Oh, okay, so this is just how this book feels then. That's what Thatch. You don't even know what's coming, Marisu. I'm so hyped. I'm excited that I don't know what's coming. Like, it has me just giddy. Do my best to split my time. Hey, I hear you, brother. I hear you. Chapter 55 would be a good reaction material if you want to think about it. Ooh, okay. That actually might be the strat right there, is have you guys give me good chapters to actually record my reaction to, and then record my reaction to those chapters that you give me to record. Because you guys will probably know, no, that actually might work. Might have to holler at the mods a little bit more. Mod Avengers? Simple. Hey, yo, Invincible tonight? Yeah, of course, Trey. That's in about, 5.5 hours, I think? If I did my 4.5 hours, maybe? Yeah, 4.5 hours. You can be back here in 4.5 hours for that one, brother. I am excited. We're going to be yapping about it, chatting about it. I already have the video linked as well. So, yeah, it's going to be a good time, yo. Our episode tonight, I'm pumped. Hell yeah, we getting there. You already know, bro. It's a double-edged sword because it builds expectations for big chapters, but oh well. Ooh, okay. I am definitely going to be getting there. Yeah. I'll try to record the last. I'll see how I can do it. I'll see what I can do. Dang, guy, when do you sleep? Realistically, I don't sleep. Like, nah, not really. Like last night, it was the season finale for Spider-Man freshman year. We got done with that stream around 3 a.m. ish. I went to bed and then I woke up at 7 to get my kids ready and stuff so they could go. And then I've been working all day until right now. And I'm about to take another little break right now. And then I'm going to be streaming again tonight for Invincible. We'll probably be up till about 2. And then we do it all again tomorrow, baby. My ISP is cutting my internet at midnight for maintenance. God damn. Hey, that's unfortunate. Hey, big shout out to you, Marisu. I'm happy you're doing well. you know, I'm happy you're doing well. I'm happy all that stuff with the doctor went well with you. Much love to you, Marisu. You know, we all send our hearts out, our love, our positivity, our prayers, and all those things as well to you. Hope glad to know that you're doing well. Definitely much love from us here to you. And holla at me, homie. I haven't talked to you in a minute. You probably don't even have Discord downloaded anymore, but it'd be like that. Shout out to all of y'all. I definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in with me today. It's been a fantastic episode. I'm not going to lie to you. It's been a really good episode today. I love all of y'all for tuning in. It's been a fantastic episode indeed. Next week, we will continue with our final section of The Wheel of Time, The Dragon Reborn, chapters 48 through 56. This is the end, y'all. And then the week after that, we'll be doing our recap. This is insane. Like, we have come so far in such a little time, and I can't believe it. We're gonna like literally in March, we are going to be done. By March 1st, we're already gonna be finished with with this book. Like, what? How is it even possible? Yeah, let's go. And I like this new way that we've kind of been experimenting with it. So I'm pumped. Squeeze in book 4 is diabolical, yo. Like, that's diabolical. RJ was having a real laugh calling this book The Dragon Reborn. Yeah, for real. It's more about everyone else accepting that Rand is the Dragon Reborn rather than it is about him. Which is, I guess, the point. Damn. Oh. Well, there you go. There you have it. There you have it. Yeah, that's actually pretty wild. No, yeah. So, that's awesome. The name of the Dragon Reborn rings true. I love it. Man, oh man. Can't believe we're already about to be finished with this book. Like, I am actually kind of flabbergasted about that. How cool is that? How freaking cool is that? But with all that being said, if you haven't already, make sure you like the video if you like the video, because it helps out tremendously around these parts. You guys have all been amazing today as you have come with me on the journey of episode 5. Next week will be episode 6, where we will be, again, continuing this journey yet again. To complete this journey, I should say. And it's insane, man. I can't begin to explain how amazing and insane this all is. You know? Like, it's been crazy. So, let me know all your thoughts, theories, and opinions. Shout out to anybody that's watching this on the rewatchability on the YouTuber Ruby. I appreciate you guys as well. Y'all are all awesome. Y'all are definitely dedicated. Y'all be all up in here. You know, y'all be in the chat sometimes. Y'all don't be in the chat. And I just appreciate all of that for sure, for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time, man. We got a lot of good content coming soon for book club and everything. I know I had started that other channel. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll see what's happening. But yeah, thank you guys for real. You guys make this awesome every single time. I appreciate each and every one of you. It's been awesome. For real, for real, for real, for real, for real. Next time we should talk about scenes you want to have in the show. Oh, that's a good point. You guys should actually get all those types of questions or things like that ready for like the recap episode that we're gonna do on the last week of February, right? So on the last week of February, on the last episode is always our recap episode. So, you know, all those things like, you know, what would I like to see in the show or any other questions like that. Y'all should write them out and have them ready so we can get it popping like spaghetti. You guys have been awesome. I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their day, night, evening, whatever time it may be, wherever you may be. You're awesome. You're loved. Tell somebody else that you love them. And you guys all have a fantastic rest of your day. As I always say, stay awesome, stay nerdy, and don't forget to stay marvelous. Excelsior.
If you guys would like to support Marvel Bros, all you gotta do is visit our website at www.marvelbros.com and buy some merch. Represent the superfan.
Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only scoops, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties.
We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
Excelsior.
On today's pop culture news update.
And on today's pop culture news update,
On today's pop culture news update,